right, Mario. You said the password was HRFD? No, it's ABCD. Oh, okay. What was the first one again? A. All right, let's see. Okay.
That's an A.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait, the second letter is B.
Okay, Q.
Can't wait to watch TV.
Hey, Dang, wanna see me be a fish?
A fish.
Yeah, watch.
Jeffy, stop it.
Breaking news, okay? YouTube sensation Hogan Paul, a YouTuber who has 15 million subscribers and makes millions of dollars for making videos on YouTube, is under fire this week for recording himself hitting his dead hamster with a baseball bat. We have footage to show you now, but keep in mind, the video footage is disturbing.
What's up, Ho Gang? Guess what I found this morning? My hamster died. Look at him all dead. Well, you know what I do with dead hamsters? This. Waboosh!
Wow, that is disturbing. Anyway, we have an exclusive interview with Hogan Paul now. Goodman? I'm here with YouTube sensation Hogan Paul, who has recently came under fire for hitting his dead hamster with a baseball bat. Hogan? Hogan!
Huh? Yeah.
Where did you think it was acceptable to hit your dead hamster with a baseball bat?
Man, the hamster was already dead though. And like, what else are you supposed to do with a dead hamster?
Bury it, have a funeral for it. Most people would be sad.
How you gonna be sad when you're YouTube famous? Buy my merch!
Well, we thought you would have learned your lesson after you ate an entire pizza in front of a homeless family.
Man, I was hungry though. Hogan gotta eat.
Well, what about the time you recorded yourself doing magic tricks for the blind people?
Man, they missed a good show and they didn't even clap. The deaf people did though. Now I got a question for you.
What's that?
What are those?
Wow, that was a shocking interview. However,
Here's how we created our Pet Steps app for a class project. First, the brush. Now the lasso for tweaking.
To any average YouTube viewer, SML might seem like your typical kids channel, but beneath the surface lies some incredibly disturbing drama that has been going on for the past 6 years. From Logan sending notes to a group chat with Myers, to his incredibly complicated relationship with Chili, there are a lot of unexplained mysteries. So today, we're covering it all, not leaving out a single detail. And it all started on December 4th, 2019, when Chili made a tweet saying relationships are all fake anyways. This tweet was very concerning to fans. Some people completely brushed it off and doubted that it was related to her and Logan, while others were beginning to get worried. Please don't be what I think it is. Pretty sure this is just about Tito and Rebecca, lol. Most fans at the time brushed it off as nothing, but this wasn't the case at all. Things really took a turn when Chili's sister, Damaris Chapman, suddenly dropped a bunch of tweets that seemed to totally call out Logan. According to her, Logan had cheated on Chili with a prostitute, and supposedly paid him $60,000 to hook up with him, but it didn't stop there. Damaris also claimed that Logan crashed out on Tito, tore up his plushies in rage. Damaris also claimed that Logan crashed out on Tito, tore up his plushies in rage, and even scratched himself to try to get pity from the police. And if everything couldn't get any worse, Damaris claimed that Logan put his hands on her. That same day, Damaris also dropped some leaked messages between Logan and Tito, and they were shocking to say the least. In these texts, Tito tells Logan that he doesn't want anything to do with him anymore, and basically says nothing matters at this point. Then Logan hits back with something wild. He asks Tito if he wants him to tell Chili about Willow, which is the prostitute that Logan paid to hook up with. By now, it was clear that Tito was done with Logan and pretty much hates him, so he says that he'll tell her himself right after he gets all his stuff moved out of the house, since Logan hadn't kicked him out. But here's where things get even worse. Logan tells Tito that he can stay in the house if he agrees to not tell Chili about Willow. Bro's out here trying to make silence a part of rent. However, most of the fans were siding with Logan. I think Logan got framed. The text may not even be real. She could have just got someone to go along with it and put some random person's name as Logan on the contact, and probably paid that person for helping to frame Logan. Whichever side you pick, of either the rat or Logan, all that matters is Logan is actually happy. Now fast forward to December 15th, 2019, Logan put out an Instagram story where he basically explained that he'd like to take the mature route with everything. After this, he says that it isn't easy and this whole situation should have been kept private, and the videos will continue like normal. Now, Logan saying that none of this drama should have been made public seems fair enough, and most people can understand that, but still, a lot of fans felt like this post didn't really explain anything or clear up the confusion. Then, later that same day, Logan jumped on Instagram and posted a couple stories that seemed like subtle throws at Chili and Tito. The first one was a photo with the quote, "Bite the hand that feeds you." Pretty clear shade, especially since Logan had mentioned before that Tito was living in his house rent-free. Then, Logan followed that up with a screenshot of the legal definition of defamation in Florida, most likely aimed at both Chili and Tito, basically implying that what they were saying about him wasn't true. After this, a lot of fans started to side with Logan even more in the drama. So Logan was telling the truth. After seeing what Logan had to say, Tito finally clapped back with his own response. He kicked things off by saying, "Once a snitch, always a snitch," which definitely set the tone. Then Tito dropped a flame. He said Logan straight up told him he was cheating on Chili, and even wanted to show him videos of him and other girl while she was on her period. Since Tito is Chili's brother, he obviously shut that down and went straight to Chili. According to Tito, that's what got him kicked out of the house, and why Logan ripped up all his plushies. Honestly, I have no idea who to believe, but Tito's claims seem somewhat off. Both sides seem fishy to me. Later that same day, Chili posted 2 Instagram stories with depressing song lyrics. So far, this was all Chili said about the drama after the original tweet that started it in the first place. Now, if you think all this drama in one day is crazy, it only gets crazier, because the very next day, Logan actually
David allegations are disturbing. We're about to watch this video. It's about David. There's a lot of speculation and stuff going on here. Everything's allegedly, so please don't sue me. But we're gonna watch this video.
On September 8th, news broke that a badly decomposed body was found in a Tesla that was in an impound lot registered to David. Now, David is a 20-year-old kid, ex-Fortnite pro. He has a grassroots type come up, making music on his iPhone. And on top of that, he was on tour. So because of his personality, everyone just assumed it couldn't have been him, right? Until some more news came out just recently.
Body found in Tesla car linked to David.
The story is really
Playing on iPhone? Now you can play Unlocked with Google Play Games on PC. Unlock rewards with Google Play Points. So the more you play, the more you earn. Go play on PC with Google Play Games. Download now.
Volleyball coach gets exposed at his job.
Today we're going to be pulling up on Mr. Levi Garrett. He coaches a boys volleyball team. There were some messages between you and a 10-year-old boy.
He works with kids?
Okay, right now I'm at work. Okay, so let's not draw a scene out here.
Exactly, that's why
I know. So let's go to my office.
Okay.
Let's go handle it there. You guys brought this up. Let me see it.
I don't understand why you're the one mediating this.
I am not giving consent to this recording.
Is this your butt right here?
Yeah, that is.
So why did we send this photo of your butt to?
I'm not gonna.
You said you want to go big and bareback.
Oh, nah.
So what are you doing? Yo, my man, are you staying in charge?
Is this like a small town or something? Like, why are the police like, oh, no, we're not gonna do nothing? What the f do you mean? He works with kids, he's doing shit? Nah, bro.
Okay, we'll let all the parents know what's going on then. A coach in there, Levi Garrett, tried to meet a 15-year-old boy for sex, and the Falcon team banned me for bringing it to their attention. Thank you so much, ma'am. If you can, let the other parents know. If he's not recording, oh, you can just walk back then. Why is the child predator still on your property? There's still on your to a brand new episode of EDP Watch, and today we're in Indianapolis, Indiana, and we got a very disgusting guy, but the thing that makes him even more disgusting is his profession. Today we're going to be pulling up on Mr. Levi.
That played Venom, just like in this area right here. Nothing.
He was out there, but the thing is, I would not do.
But he has no eyes.
What you will when it comes to the children. He coaches the age range.
Stop behind the scenes.
Those who cannot protect themselves. Join EDPWatch.com.
Wow.
Get extended, early, uncut, and exclusive never-before-seen episodes, full uncensored chat logs.
Wow.
Access to the exclusive Discord.
You can see the president in his big chest. Oh my God! Wow.
A chance to be flown out and do an EDP catch with yours.
Holy.
For the low price, $45.
Wow, that's low. That's less than a Twitch subscription. Wow.
Pull a Marquise Brownie and speed on over to EDPWatch.com.
Wow.
Content may cause extreme discussion.
Hey man, is it cool if I just talk to you outside real quick?
Yeah, give me just a second.
Yeah. I just got a package here.
Package?
Yeah. About some messages online. I mean, I don't
Look
want
at
to
his
talk
face.
about it.
First of all, this motherfucker is ugly, dude. He look like a fucking Snow White character. Like, what the f is his face going on?
Everybody, do you want to just like kind of maybe step outside and to talk about it?
Okay.
Little Quasimodo looking mother.
I'm literally at work right now.
Yeah, man, I understand. Yeah, it's just.
Is it Quasimodo? Is it the Hunchback of Notre Dame?
It's just really important. You know what I mean? Listen, I don't think you're bad.
Wait, right now I'm at work.
I don't think
so. I'm literally on the clock.
Okay, I feel that. I mean, I think maybe stepping out 5 minutes should be good. So it's up to you though.
Right now, I'm literally on the clock.
What do you think you are?
Right now, I don't know who you are.
10-year-old boy.
Okay, right now I'm at work.
Dude, I think he might be at work.
I understand that, but kind of like where you work at. That's the problem. Why I gotta talk to you, right?
Work at?
With their
Yeah, with little kids being around. What do you mean?
boys.
Like, why is he looking like he's offended? Where I work at? Like, yeah, you work with fucking the same age. No, move, man.
Work at?
With there being boys around the same age. I don't think you're a bad guy.
Right now I'm at work, and I have to work.
He might be at work,
can I
and
just
I
talk
think
to
he's
you about
working.
it? I mean, I don't think you want your coworkers finding out about.
This is my boss right now.
I mean, do you want him?
Can we do attendance?
I don't think you want Andrew knowing about this.
Can you step away for a second?
Oh, I don't want any problems. Hey, how you doing, Andrew, man? My name is DeMarcus. Some of your kids here, they recognize me. Do you want me to tell them? This is obviously.
I don't know. So.
This is your business.
It's my business.
Okay, so there are some messages online on the app Grindr between him and a 14-year-old boy. You know, I know he's saying he's at work, but that's kind of like why I wanted to talk to him. I'm not police or anything. Obviously, where he is working with like the age range being 15 here.
Okay, so it's not y'all seen out here.
Exactly. That's why I know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Dude, this is actually crazy.
No. We don't like to clean this recording.
This is for our safety, you know what I mean?
We run a business, so I don't want any scenes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to make this scene.
Let me see this. Let me see this. You guys brought this up. Let me see it.
Okay, but I mean, like, no offense, but like, I don't understand why you're the one you know what I mean?
If I have anyone doing business, I wouldn't do business. That's why.
Okay. But I mean, would you at least want to hear what I got to say
Let's
first?
hear it first.
I don't know if you know who I am or anything. Okay.
Why is he being so aggressive? I don't get it. It's like, brother, you have a weirdo working for you, right? Of talking to these little kids. Your work includes little kids. He's working around the same age as he's trying to talk to. It's already a huge red flag. Why is he so mad about it? I don't get it.
Yeah, so, you know, a lot of your kids out there recognize me. We have an organization called EDP Watch where pretty much we report individuals that are talking to underage people online. Yeah, I will warn you that it's very graphic images sometimes. It is still personally that age to be on there. You know, but when he told you that.
Wait a minute. When the decoy said that he did so what the f are you on? It's the same logic that Roblox had. You can't do that, it's actually...
Why did you put the fire emoji on? I don't remember that. It was back in April, man. I know, like, big black guy, just like... Yeah, this is... Okay, yeah, I mean, there shouldn't be nothing wrong with transparency.
Obviously, I understand.
with you being.
There is no wrong side.
There is a wrong
There
side.
is 100% a wrong side.
This is serious stuff.
And I'm glad you wanted to get involved with this, man. I think it just shows the potential.
No, my
Here's your ass up, boy.
Since he's the party that was singing and stuff, I wanted to get to him, but throughout the messages, he talked about him and everything. You used to do girls? So in the messages before, he talked about how he does.
Can I talk to this?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Where you've constantly been told what you can't do, who will you choose to be when presented with something different? Ask your healthcare provider what could be.
I'm not going anywhere until I find Brenda.
Lane's not answering his phone.
Any fatalities? Oh my god.
Yes, sir.
So,
He said this gets you arrested. He knows for a fact that it's bad.
I do appreciate you bringing this up to us.
Yeah, I mean, totally. I understand you got a business to run and everything. I mean, I wasn't gonna even get you involved.
You have my word on this, right?
Okay.
I'm going to handle this.
Okay.
I'm asking if you guys can do what you got to do.
Yeah. Okay.
We're asking you to keep the academy out of this.
Okay. I'm not here to put the academy's name out here or anything.
This destroys business. This doesn't come up on back.
The absolute only way it destroys the business is out of there. You know what I mean? Instead of worrying about the kids that you work for, that your business is supposed to protect, you're worrying about your business.
I understand that. There's nothing to worry about. I mean, that's why I was saying you don't want to be on the wrong side of this. And what I would mean by that is like,
I'm not defending it.
yeah, and I can see that. You know what I mean? And you know, that's the whole reason, Levi, why I asked if maybe you wanted to just step outside and talk about this. You know what you did is wrong, right?
Don't look at me.
Well, I was told to stay in here like a
I mean,
the wall.
well,
So
I think the first thing we should.
Been this entire time.
I'm not recording no more now. He left.
Your mic.
My mic is not recording. We're more worrying about the business, whereas what we should be doing is worrying about the kids first.
That,
first thing first,
literally
I don't
that.
even think we should be in the building personally.
I'm asking as someone that we're trying to defend, or not defend, but protect a vulnerable situation in youth sports here.
You're saying you're trying to protect the youth sports. I'm more worried about the kids that are down there.
Right, so am I.
So, I mean, can we just wait outside while we get all this resolved?
Nice to meet you, Marcus.
Nice to meet you, man. And I totally get where you're coming from. And I promise you, I don't want you to think you're being painted any light or the academy. I didn't even mention it. All it was
No,
what he does. There's no
appreciate
academy.
you guys are doing. I understand it, and thank you guys for bringing it to our attention.
Let's maybe get a little bit off their property so we're not like at the front door or anything. You understand why these messages look bad, especially what you do, right, Levi?
I'm not saying a word, and I don't really need to hear what you have.
I'm just trying to figure out, man, is this a pattern? Have you done this 4 times before?
Who's who?
Other boys that were 15 years old? So this is the first time. That's yes, sir. It is. Coach here.
You're actually digging deeper into their system, so you're actually hacking their system.
How am I hacking their system? I have a link to the website.
I'm done. I don't know who you are.
What do you want? Ask me a
I
question.
don't want to know anything about you. And obviously, you're not comprehending.
Is this your butt right here?
Destinate Kate! Fire the jet! Nice shot.
It's all happening too fast.
What, you nervous about the wedding?
No, it's the house, dude. We got approved.
Bro, don't stress. This house, it's the one.
Speaking of the one, caterer. We need a caterer.
Yes.
Yeah, that is.
So why don't we send this photo butt to a 14-year-old?
You're literally not understanding this, like what I'm saying. I don't know you.
Why don't we send
I literally don't know you.
You said, do you want to go safe or go back? Do you understand how this is a bad? I mean, you're a vulnerable boy. Hey, boss, this is guy that came up with this. Oh, no,
He's trying to act like Diddy on the thing, like, dude. Weirdo.
Good. Wow, yeah, exactly. Wow. Hey, officer, this is my friend Levi here. Levi, we're not gonna talk to 14-year-old boys again, right?
Okay, so just tell us what's going on.
Okay.
I know we're doing this thing.
Levi, he admitted on camera, we have it all recorded, that he was talking to what he believed to be a 14-year-old boy on Grindr. He sent multiple pictures of his asshole.
I have run into this before.
Yeah.
I will say our prosecutor will not touch this.
Okay. Oh, I love that. Wait, can you give me the name of your prosecutor?
It's you go to Indianapolis website, you go to Google and search it up.
Can you at least call in and let your prosecutor
Direct contact with our prosecutor.
Do you have to call a DA to get an arrest here? I don't know how Indianapolis works.
So I need probable cause that a crime has been committed.
Hello.
Can you tell that officer, I promise I'll never do this again?
Yeah, I promise not to do it again.
This is your last time. You'll never send a picture of your asshole to a 14-year-old boy.
Just send a picture.
You're trying to do the right thing, and I get what you're doing.
Yeah.
But our prosecutor and our sex crime.
So what are you gonna do?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. So I love that. Can I get your name and badge number?
Yeah. Last name's Keith. 46175.
I literally have arrest here in Indiana.
Was it in Marion County?
It was actually Marion, Indiana.
That's why. So I'm gonna tell you right now, Marion County is not the place to be doing this. They consider it tainted evidence.
Oh.
They consider it tainted evidence?
Tainted evidence. Okay, so, but I have arrest in Indiana.
Whatever happened here doesn't seem right, but I have to enforce the laws that I'm allowed to enforce.
Does Marion, Indiana follow different rule sets than Indianapolis when it comes to the law?
Yeah.
So there's different laws. Well, here, I want to tell you, today's your lucky day.
Hold on, before I want to this is insane. People think it's all someone working the case. It's not. Now in the hands of the detective and prosecutor should, in a couple days, whether they're charged, praise God. Okay, so they did follow through with it, but the fact that the video had to get 4 million views is insane. Weird ass staff. I'm glad you yelled at the parents. There's no wrong side. This is wild. Yeah, this is crazy, bro. This is insane.
Whole buffet in there, man. Hey, officer, would you like to see some probable cause?
No, I can't do it yet.
Oh, you can't take a look?
I'm not gonna.
Oh, you're not going to. Since you can't look at any of the evidence, I'm gonna just read it. The decoy says, "You mind? I'm kind of young." No, I don't mind. Any pics? And he said, "Cool, cause I'm 14." And then right after he learned the age, you know, he sent the picture of his dong, admitted on camera that this was him. Oh, this is him by a dildo. This is his butthole right here. Even though he can't do anything, I totally understand that, but it's just the optics of it, you know. You can at least pretend to want to do something about it.
What do you mean pretend to do something about it?
Like, you can be like, yeah, let me look at that evidence, man. Oh, okay, you know, maybe we can question him. It's like, hey, is what you're saying false? True?
Based upon previous experiences, I'm telling you that doesn't go anywhere. So there's
So you can't enforce the law?
I can enforce laws that are within.
So, okay, so is it a crime for a grown man to send pictures of his butthole to an underage kid? Yes or no? Did he not send pictures of his butthole to a 15-year-old boy?
With all the kinds of generation stuff and AI stuff like that.
Oh my
we
God.
can't prove that it was not some.
Line the other motherfucker said.
But all I ask
no
is,
way.
Can you ask him? I mean, you got a body cam.
It still wouldn't matter.
Why would it not matter?
It's called truth from the poisonous tree. Right, so say if I did talk to him, technically, due to you showing me this evidence, now I'm questioning him due to that evidence, that's still truth from the poisonous tree.
So if he just wanted to leave right now, what would stop him?
Nothing.
Wow.
Is he going back inside where kids are?
No, I think he's getting stuff.
Yo, my man, are you the man in charge? Okay, we'll let all the parents know what's going on then. Yeah. No, okay, yeah. We're gonna get off your property. I'm gonna just wait right over there, and then when these parents walk out, so that building right there is yours?
This whole lot.
Wow. Are you
Someone let this man from the store walking around with like I see the crack of the crack. Damn, Gideon, come on, bro. Put the bait. I'll take it for you if you want.
The crazy thing about it is Michael Ortman is the overseer and the director of the Volleyball Academy Club. And he was always caught up to what was going on. But he wasn't too happy. Parents were like coming outside and seeing the whole thing out.
So he tried to sweep it under the rug and
so director and protector of children, he had to clean up the mess before the parents came out.
I need you to remove yourself from the property.
Okay, but it's an ongoing police investigation, so I'm gonna go send over by the police.
I'm gonna go talk to them.
Yeah, let's go. I mean, there's no way you can tell me that that's your building right there.
All one property, bud.
It's all one property. So instead of wanting to work with me with a predator coach that you guys hired,
I have zero information to give you any appropriate response.
Well, do you want me to give you the information?
Right now he's asking you guys to leave.
Okay, but can you, I mean, I need to figure out.
All one property.
There's no way this is your property.
This is all one property.
Yeah, you're pointing this way and this way. We're over here. Yo, Eric, come over here.
I pay for the property.
wow.
We're not on your property no more. How about you show the zoning law?
I have to show you anything you're on.
Show the officer, because he has to issue a trespass. He can't just take your word that this whole thing is your property.
If he's saying he's paying for the property, then that's...
I'm paying for the property.
No, that's not how that works.
But that's literally using the same logic. Number one, number two, you're telling me this random guy just comes up and you take his word, everything he says is 100% true. But fucking Gideon has full proof, pictures, screenshots of this nasty shit, and you can't take care of them. Oh man, this
I mean, obviously it is. Do you even know his name? How can you even confirm that this is his property?
You guys leave him and talk to him and get his name.
So you're gonna kick me off first, then talk to him?
He's asking you guys to leave.
If you confirm that this is his property, I'll leave. But until then, I'm standing right here. And I'm gonna let every single parent know what the you guys are doing. You're a worse piece of shit than him. Mom, I just wanna let you know that one of the coaches, he was talking to a 14-year-old boy sexually online, and we reported him to the police, and now they're banning us from the property.
If you guys don't leave, it's the rest of the offense. I don't want you guys to have to do that, right?
Okay.
Do you know the name of the...
He's right over there. And they're banning me from the property. The truth. He came to meet a 14-year-old boy, and they're banning. He came to meet a 14-year-old boy, and the academy owners are banning me from the premises. Oh man, you now, man. I love it, bro.
about the fucking predator that was talking to a little kid, right? But like you're like it's he could be a real
excuse me, family. That's hold on. Let's stop. Wait. What's up? Oh, yes, sir. We're leaving right now. Oh, no, trust me, officer. We love that you guys are doing your job with treasure. We understand you don't This is amazing. Oh, you don't? Okay, let's go then. Let's go. Bye-bye. A coach in there, Levi Garrett.
It's like a W Gideon, bro. W Gideon. If the cops won't do it, somebody got to. You know what I mean? W Gideon, bro. He's on the streets making sure these parents that should know that their kids are surrounded by a fucking predator that's one of the coaches. They should know that. They're trying to sweep it under the rug. W Gideon, bro.
I mean, a 14-year-old boy for sex, and the faculty banned me for bringing it to their attention. So I just want you guys to know what your guys' kids are a part of. Bye-bye. Great job. Amazing police work. Yes, ma'am.
I heard you have a Facebook page.
Oh, yes, ma'am. It's called EDP Watch. This is what the man looks like. His name, you probably seen him.
Well, he did leave.
Oh, he drove off?
He drove off.
Okay.
I think they fired him.
Here.
W.
This is literally every message that I'll give that to you. If you want to, you can show the other parent, because, yes, ma'am. He said that to a 15-year-old boy. Thank you so much.
W. Doing God, bro. I've been saying that, bro.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, and we're gonna stay out here and we're gonna keep on spreading the word. This coach right here, Levi Garrett, he works here at the academy. He was trying to have sex with a 15-year-old boy.
15-year-old?
Yes.
I love these videos. Oh, I literally saw him in there.
Yo, my man, this coach right here, he was trying to have sex with a 15-year-old boy. Which one? Right here. Yo, this coach was trying to have sex with a 15-year-old boy right here. You know?
Yeah, they let him go. They're going to release a press statement tonight.
And they banned
W.
me.
Well, I don't understand why he was not allowed to leave.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the guy that banned me is walking over here. I'm on the public roadway. You want the evidence? I don't have an email. You didn't give me an email. They literally just, do you want the evidence, yes or no? If he's not recording? Oh no, you can just walk back then.
I'm gonna be respectful and personal.
Yeah, no, walk back. Here, but if you want the evidence, you can take this.
Bye.
Their past linger, their legs still heavy. Does misfortune hold them back? Or does it light a fire in their hearts? The path to glory awaits. Uma Musume, Pretty Derby.
Oh, you are?
Bye.
All right, hey, great job, bro. Why is a child predator still on your property? There's children on your property! What? Pink shirt, man! Please don't flag my video when your face is in it! We're gonna go to the police station. We're gonna try to report all this. We're gonna try to get a case number because they didn't give us a case number. They didn't take any of the evidence, so I don't know what investigation they're gonna do. You shouldn't have to try.
Well, I mean, if they fired him, you know what I mean? Props to the company. You know what I mean? Props to the company, whatever. I don't like that the cop. Cops were taking the company's side though over the damn
Allegations are disturbing.
Hi, Aaron. Can you pick up 10 $500 gift cards for the office bonuses and email back the PIN numbers?
All right, we're gonna watch Rotten Mango. Chat, I was telling you guys about the Epstein Island stuff. Y'all didn't want to listen to me, okay? So we're gonna watch Rotten Mango explain it, and I know you guys are gonna love her storytelling because it's one of the best, dude, okay? We are watching Rotten Mango talk about what really happened on Jeffrey Epstein's private island.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada
If you
boom.
want to live near the billionaires in Florida, you move to Palm Beach.
Mhm.
The median home price there is $4 million. And
Damn.
most of these homes, they sit empty for 3 seasons out of the year. These are like the second, third, fourth, fifth family homes for the ultra wealthy. They're not even primary residences.
Wow.
So even from an early age in this type of area,
Residences. Sorry, I love you, Stephanie.
it is utterly clear who's got it and who doesn't have it.
Mhm.
They say that there's 2 types of high schoolers in Palm Beach. The ones that played with American Girl dolls and then the ones that played with Barbies.
Uh-huh.
American Girl dolls, if you don't know, they look just like a regular doll. You would not even know that it's an American Girl doll. They're iconic for having big doll heads. They can easily cost upwards of $100 for a singular doll. A single doll.
Wow.
I don't even think it talks or anything. It's just a doll.
So it's a high-end doll.
Exactly. Barbies you can find for less than $10. Nina went to a school where even Barbies, they were passed down.
Hey, chat, if you had an American Girl doll growing up, hey, go ahead and gift 100 gifted. Go ahead, toss that over here. I know you got it. Let me see something.
Most families at her school couldn't even afford more than one Barbie. Most of the students at Nina's school, they're on a discounted or free lunch program that's funded by the government, so they don't see that side of Palm Beach. They get a different side of Palm Beach. They don't have American Girl doll money. And 14-year-old Nina was one of the kids that didn't have it. I mean, at least for now. So her plans, she's going to stay out of drama in school. That's her number one goal. Work a part-time job, make money, graduate with good grades, go to college, work hard, live near the water. That's the ultimate plan. She doesn't even have to live next to the billionaires, maybe the millionaires. But sometimes when you avoid something too much, it comes and it finds you.
I don't know about that. I've been avoiding drugs all my life. They never found me. Unless, like, I just... a crack rock gonna open... Yo, a crack rock is just gonna kick down my fucking wall and just... Oh, yeah! You know what I mean? Fuck out of here. My fault.
Herself sitting in her principal's office with her hair all frizzy, her eyes are red, and the principal is screaming questions at her. And the girl next to her, who looks like she's in just as bad shape, if not worse. And the principal screaming, "What the hell are you guys thinking? We have strict rules against fighting. No physical violence is ever allowed on campus." Nina's looking at the girl next to her. She's rolling her eyes. And the 2 girls, they had fought over Nina's boyfriend. I mean, this has been going on for weeks now. They were starting rumors about each other, shit-talking, trying to flirt with the boyfriend in front of each other. And today was just kind of a particularly bad day. They bumped into each other in the hallway, called each other all sorts of names like whore, skank. One student in the hallway screamed, "Catfight," and everybody started joining in. And now both the girls' parents are called to the school, and one of the girls has a bloody nose.
Damn, who was it?
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a big deal. Things happen. It's high school. But the principal decides to go.
That if I'm trying to make anyone jealous, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, that's your boyfriend? I suck this out of the locker room, and then just run off. What you gonna do? It already happened, lady. You mad for what? You mad for what? Kenji, what? My fault.
Go through both of their backpacks, and in Nina's wallet, they find $300.
Damn.
Nina goes to a school where most students are on a discounted lunch or free lunch program. Where did she get $300? This is not a high school near the water where kids are given that allowance for the weekend. This is a school with a C rating. So the principal...
Why she say, like, I went to like a... Am I poor? I thought that was normal. I thought free lunches was normal and no money was normal. Like, what are we talking about?
Asks Nina, "Where did you get this money?" Nina doesn't respond. She keeps her head down. Nina was way too young to be That was clear. Besides, the $300, they were in crisp $20 bills, not crumpled up lotion covered ones or fives.
Lotion covered is...
He's 14?
14. Maybe it's Nina's parents are like, well, it's definitely not us. She didn't get it from us. We didn't give her $300. We don't have $300 to give. So Nina's parents get to the school and they keep begging her to just tell the truth. Where did you get this money? It's okay. You're not going to be in trouble. They wait and they wait for Nina to respond. She's crying and the words are starting to come out of her mouth and it's coming out faster than she can even think. And they're all kind of jumbling together. I gave this old guy a massage and he paid me for it. It was weird and scary. He was really old. He had this white hair, but he was really fit, like some sort of jock, and he was fully naked and I saw his wee-wee and everything. And then he just kept asking me to get naked and I told him no. Him and massage him and he just kept rubbing his wee-wee on me. Everyone is like, who? Because Nina is 14. They heard middle-aged man, naked, wee-wee. Who are we talking about? Who did this to you? Who gave you the money? His name is Jeffrey Epstein.
No way. No way. What a way to start a video, bro. Oh my God, I'm sorry for talking. I apologize. Yo, Stephanie's the GOAT. The way she paints pictures is lovely. Well, not lovely in this, but I'm just talking about like, she really like reels you in and then like gets you go. My fault. I don't know what I'm saying. Gets you going. I mean, like, it's like a movie. It's like, oh, what's happening? How did she get the money? Oh, she's poor. Where the did she get it? Oh, everything's coming out. Suspenseful. That's what I was looking for. Thank you. Yes, her storytelling is very suspenseful. Like, it got you on your edge of the seat. Not in like a weird, go fuck yourself, dude.
We would also like to thank you guys for your continued support as we work on our mission to be worthy advocates of these causes. Now, as always, full show notes are available at rottenmangopodcast.com, but a big thank you to James Patterson, John Connolly, and Tim Malloy, the co-authors of Filthy Rich. That sounds like I know them. I don't. This book was a big source for the information that I was researching for this case. We would also like to say thank you to Vicky Ward for continuing to spearhead coverage on this ongoing development of all the court docs coming out. Victims' names, identifying information, and dialogue have been all changed for privacy. Even if authorities or the general public believe something is a fact, for the reason that there are ongoing legal disputes, we will be saying allegedly. However, our intention is not to cast down on victims' testimonies. In fact, some victims have bravely given first-hand public accounts that can be found online if you would like to read the victims' testimonies from themselves.
She got to say allegedly so she don't get sued, you know what I mean? Like that, like in a court of law, it could be like some defamation or some crazy stuff, you know what I mean? So you just got to be careful.
Any and all theories mentioned in this entire episode are purely my speculation, netizen speculation, and things gathered from the internet. Now, with that being said, I also would like to make it very clear that all the details of today's episode can be found online. We are not investigative journalists, and we have not gone directly to the victims or the sources. And if you ever feel in any episode that something was miscommunicated, misrepresented, or have any additional information you'd like us to know, please leave it down in the comments. With that being said, let's get started. The Metropolitan Correctional Center has a bit of a problem. I mean, the name sounds neutral almost, minus the correctional part, but the nickname for the building is Guantanamo of New York, federal prison located on the island of Manhattan. But that's not the problem. The bad marketing of being the Guantanamo of New York doesn't even faze them. They don't care. It was the plumbing that was the issue. There was always a toilet in this prison that's overflowing with urine and fecal matter, sometimes straight into the prisoner's cells. It was never cleaned up properly because no one wants to clean up a prisoner's cell like that. So the entire building is just stinky. It's infested with rats and cockroaches. It's dark, it's humid all the time, and the smell makes your eyes water. Prisoners would show up to court. Your Honor, a rat ate my paperwork. They weren't even lying. The attorneys would be like, no, really, there is a rat problem and the rats are eating our client's paperwork from that prison. And in the south wing of this correctional facility, the setup was 2 inmates per cell monitored every 30 minutes by 2 guards who do rounds. These inmates get to shower once every 2 to 3 days. They have a singular hour of recreation time per day. That's it. And it's not like general population in prison where it's probably, I would say South Unit is more similar to maximum security. In the South Unit, there's only 8 cells per tier and 6 separate tiers for the unit. Now,
You lost me at multiplication. I was following the law just fine. What the I had to bring numbers into it? I'm lost now.
Inmates in South Unit, they're heavily watched. But you can just never be too safe. You can never be too sure in prison. August 10th, 2019, there was a problem in that prison.
Okay.
Inmate 763188054 refused to eat breakfast.
Why?
At around 6 a.m., two guards, Noel and Thomas, they're going down the cold hallway pushing breakfast into the cells. So they'd have this little dim sum looking cart and they'd push the breakfast in and then go on to the next cell. And the two guards, they stop at this one particular cell where the inmate is refusing to come to the door and grab their meal. Hey, come to the door. Come to the door. Hello. No response. No movement. The guards, they look at each other.
That's suspicious.
And they decide, okay, we gotta go in. They unlock the cell door, they rush in, and they see inmate 763188054 suspended from the ceiling. Thomas starts lifting the inmate from under his arms, dragging him down to the corner of his cell. He lays him on the ground, starts performing CPR. He's like, breathe, breathe, you gotta come on. We're gonna be in so much trouble. Noel stayed near the door, about 1 foot away from the cell, and activated the medical emergency alarm. The radios start calling out throughout the entire prison, body alarm on South, body alarm on South. Jeffrey Epstein was pronounced dead at 7:36 a.m., August 10th, 2019, after spending 36 days in prison. The official answer is that Jeffrey Epstein, offender with dozens of allegations of child trafficking against him, could not handle the sound of the broken toilets and his impending future as a prison inmate, so he self-exited. But people online, they have different theories. One theory is that someone powerful on his so-called list of important industry and world leaders that he kept close by, they wanted him to die with their secrets. Another theory explores the idea that that's not Jeffrey Epstein at all. The man's almost worth $1 billion. If he wanted to fake his death in prison, he could fake his death in prison. There are a lot of theories surrounding the very suspicious death of Jeffrey Epstein, and a lot of questions. Who would want him dead? How would they even kill him if he's in prison? Was he running a trafficking ring for the wealthy? Were the ultra wealthy sacrificing children in rituals? And for some reason, all roads lead back to Epstein's private island. The ones that locals call Pedophile Island.
Yo, having a whole island to do weird stuff is insane. And matter of fact, yo, didn't they just come out with? I swear I saw on Twitter. Why was it Stephen Hawking's the motherfucker in the like wheelchair? They'd be like,
Hello, my name is Stephen Hawking.
he was on the island. What the was he doing? What the is he doing there? I got questions, buddy. Like, what is he over there?
Bring that over here.
Like, what the I'll push that motherfucker out his chair, dude. Don't you fucking touch me. My fault. I'm sorry. I got distracted.
This joke about living in broom closets in New York City. I mean, how you can sit in your bed and then wash your dishes in the kitchen sink without getting up from your bed. That's like the running joke. But Jeffrey Epstein didn't live like that. Not in the Upper East Side. In the Upper East Side, there is a 9-floor townhouse that's 51,000 square feet. And at the time, it was valued to be over $51 million.
51,000 square feet?
It was one of the largest private residences in all of New York City. The minute that you walk past the 15-foot oak door, you are in fantasy land. You're not in New York City anymore. You're not in Manhattan. The entryway had these frames that were lined up on the wall, just hanging, each one individually framed.
What do you mean? Like actual eyeballs?
I believe they were synthetic. Yeah, each one imported from England, eyeballs.
So that's artwork.
Yeah, as artwork, just eyeballs displayed. And you know how people say rich people are so eclectic? This is probably the embodiment of that. If you keep trudging forward in this massive Manhattan mansion, if you go a few steps, you stop, you look up, there's a giant sculpture in front of you, probably 2-3 times your size, of a naked African warrior.
What?
It's a choice. Welcome to Jeffrey Epstein's world. And it said that he was a very particular man. It said that his morning was absolutely to the T, meticulously organized and very routine. Every single day, this was his morning routine. He would wake up exactly 6 a.m. He would spend 25 minutes in utter silence. All the house staff, assistants, they all hold their breath. Shh. Silence. Pondering his life in silence, meditating until approximately 6:25 a.m. And then he slowly consumes his breakfast, a guava, a banana, a muesli, which is basically just a fancy oatmeal. Then he
What?
calmly gets up and walks a third of a mile, precisely 1,760 feet or 666 steps, in his monogrammed $700 handcrafted slippers from Stubbs in Wuhan. When he's done, he walks back home to his castle-like mansion in the middle of Manhattan, and he's got these little brass letters at the top of his door, and it reads J.E. He's got a thing for buying very expensive things and then making sure that everybody knows that he's the one that owns it. Sometimes he'll take these contemplative morning walks with two women, two very
Dude, he's
young...
like actually a super, like, I swear, people with too much money just turn into super villains or something. I swear to God, like, there's only one road it leads down to. What is he rich for? I don't know.
Beautiful woman, maybe 19 years old. The man's in his 50s. They'll be walking behind him a few paces back. If he stops to take a big old breath of air, they'll pause and just stand behind him. They never walk alongside him. It's always behind him. It's like they're waiting for him to hold out his palm and they'll hand him a eucalyptus-scented towel or feed him grapes if he opens his mouth during his walk. That's the energy. Then he comes back home to one of the largest private residences in all of Manhattan, takes a shower. He doesn't drink any alcohol throughout the day. He doesn't smoke. He cares about every little thing that his body consumes and how sharp his mind is the entire day. He sits down at his desk, which allegedly J.P. Morgan himself used to own.
Oh, wow.
And gets to work.
What's he
Whatever
do?
work is for Jeffrey Epstein, though. Nobody really knew what this man did for a living. What kind of work? But that particular day in New York, he had a very interesting meeting with someone, a journalist named Vicky Ward. She was
Vicky.
scheduled to come over and talk to him about a profile that she was doing on him for Vanity Fair. He arranged for her to be sat down in the leather room. It's his tea room. The walls are lined with this leathery fabric. The chairs are leopard printed.
Dude, what the is this? I'm sorry, bro. When people are rich, they just lose all sense of, like, taste. This is ugly, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you're just like, hey, yeah.
This chair right here was actually a Bengal tiger from the ancient mountains of Caucasus.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, get the out of here with this, dude. I'd rather an IKEA set. Give me a cheap IKEA table and a fucking bench and I'm good, dude.
And he's got all these weird art. Yeah, there's like a
It's mad
woman that's, I
tacky.
believe she's naked, touching a lion's skin. He's got very fascinating art choices, and he wants to have afternoon tea with the journalist, the established, the very experienced Vicky Ward, who is assigned this piece on him. Now, news had broken that there was a very, very wealthy, mysterious man who had taken a private jet ride to Africa with Bill Clinton. So everyone's like, of course we want to know who's on the plane with Bill Clinton. Why is this man on the plane with Bill Clinton? Vicky was sent out here, supposedly, to find out everything that she could about this mysterious...
She said that word I usually say. Well, she said like how I would say it. Supposedly, my fault, sorry.
Supposedly, to find out everything that she could about this mysterious wealthy man. For an alleged reported billionaire who only hangs out with other fellow billionaires, presidents, and powerful families, dynasties, nobody knows anything about this guy. He's not at galas, he's not at the Grand Prix or Art Basel, like nowhere. He's nowhere where rich people usually congregate. He doesn't even like eating in restaurants. He says eating in restaurants is like eating on a subway.
What?
Whether that means it's too cheap, too public, too vulnerable, or all of the above, it's very unclear. Epstein and Vicky Ward sit together in the leather room, and these men...
Dude's a weirdo. He's like, oh, I can't eat with the peasants, these broke bitches. I can't do that. And then go talk to a fucking 14-year-old and try to diddle him. Like, what the are we talking about, dude?
Servants wearing white gloves gently place finger sandwiches and cups of Earl Grey tea on the table. Vicky is visibly pregnant with twins at the time of this tea party that she's investigating Epstein. And she's heard all these stories about this man, of him being a ladies' man. All the women in New York are throwing themselves at billionaire Epstein. A true gentleman. One of the last good ones. How he's so smart beyond people's imaginations. He's the type of smart man that's not just good at business, but he can hold a conversation with Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, I wonder why. Chat, I wonder why.
Do you have any 12-year-olds available?
Get the out of here, dude. Fucking weird motherfucker. Look at his bottom teeth. My fault.
She thought it was an interesting description for a man who sat there and ate every single piece of finger food that was there for the both of them. They sit down. He has his manservants serve them finger food. He eats every single piece.
Wow.
It's stated that on his office desk right next door to the leather room, Jeffrey Epstein kept a copy of The Misfortunes of Virtue, which is a book. Now, it's written by the same guy who wrote 120 Days of Sodom that we've talked about. It's a book about a literal 12-year-old who gets essayed and is held captive in a monastery at one point and is abused by groups of sadistic monks. Like, it's very, very strange read. I'm sure there are groups of people out there that can argue that there is a lot of philosophical meaning behind books like these, and maybe I am just not able to grasp such intense, big concepts. But it's seemingly dark for no reason. I read a good chunk of it to get a grasp on what it was about, and I have many regrets. It's just the story of a girl getting essayed over and over and over again,
sickening.
and it's just, I mean, it feels like torture explicit material. There's no purpose other than to get off on the torture, I guess. I don't know. I mean, these monks, they were tying her up, suspending her from the ceiling, stabbing.
Yo, Stephanie, chill. We don't need deets. We get it. We actually get it. I don't want to hear about the book, bro. It's actually scaring me now. I'm getting scared. I don't like it.
Knives into her arms and then catching her blood in buckets for pleasure. It's a lot. There's a quote from the book that reads, "A woman can have no other relationship with her husband than that of a slave and her master.
What?
She certainly has no right to pretend to have any higher status than that."
What?
So that's the book that the journalist noticed.
It's interesting because this was the only book that was out in view for the journalist when she walked in that house. There were no other books left out. So it's not like, oh, she saw Jeffrey Epstein's massive, extensive collection of books, literature, and this is a book that she picked out to prove a point. He left it out on his desk, and that was the only book she saw.
Wow.
Interesting.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Interesting.
Jeffrey Epstein also
They
had a...
said it. They said it. Both of them said it, so I wanted to say it. Interesting. Say it with me, chat. You want to say it with me? We could just have 4 people saying it.
Interesting.
Stephen Hawking, is that you? My fault.
stuffed dog, a stuffed black poodle, dead and stuffed.
Weird.
On top of his
Taxidermy, so
Steinway
weird.
grand piano that likely cost over $100,000.
Oh, so it's like a real dog that passed away.
Yeah, and then stuffed.
Preserved.
I mean, who is this man? He owned the largest private residence in Manhattan. He owned an $18 million ranch in New Mexico that he called Zorro. It was 33,000 square feet.
Jeez.
He owns a mansion in Palm Beach, an upscale condo in Paris, a house in Ohio. He owns a helicopter, a total of 5 planes, including a Gulfstream, a Boeing 727, which has a trading room apparently. This is where President Clinton flew to Africa in. 2 Escalade, 6 Suburbans, 2 Ford F-150s, 2 Harley-Davidson bikes, a Land Rover, a Hummer, a 34-foot boat, a 35-foot powerboat. I mean, Epstein was known for throwing these crazy private parties where already famous, influential, powerful people would be in attendance and they would shake hands with someone in Epstein's New York City townhouse. "Oh, I'm Andy. Nice to meet you." Andy is Prince Andrew from the British royal family. So everyone's like, how does Epstein know Andy? I mean, Jeffrey Epstein seemed fake, like a caricature of a terrifying but weird billionaire. It's stated that Epstein would be seen around town going to movie theaters. He would take 3 to 4 girls with him each time, and they would take turns massaging him. Not just his shoulders, but like everywhere. His arms, back, legs, just in the middle of the theater.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's weird, but that sounds amazing. Like, I'm not saying like I want 4 bitches rubbing up on me and stuff while I'm watching a movie, but like imagine massage chairs in a movie theater. That'd be lit as fuck. I'll just be there just can you pass me the popcorn? You know what I mean? True. Like what? Kenji, what the bitch? Are y'all dumb or can you not comprehend what I'm saying? I'm saying massage chairs in a movie theater would be fire as fuck. What are y'all talking about, dude? They have vibrating chairs at some theaters, don't they? Where the do you live? I swear I'm on a different tax bracket. Nay, you're outing yourself. You're outing your beep, 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 beep. You're rich. Beep, 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 beep. You're rich. Like, what the are we talking about? I never ever went to a movie theater. The most I ever got was they moved back.
Not just his shoulders, but like everywhere. His arms, back, legs, just in the middle of the theater, in the middle of dinner, wherever.
That's so weird.
Wow.
According to one source, Epstein would brag about going into insane asylums because he, quote, liked to crazy women.
What?
We don't know if this is true, but he bragged about it. So needless to say, it was going to be a very interesting meeting between the two, the journalist and the supposed billionaire. Previously, one reporter received 3 threats from Epstein while they were working on a piece on him. The message being, I better like the piece, and if I don't, things are going to happen to you.
What?
A close friend of Jeffrey Epstein's once said, Jeffrey has the unusual quality of knowing when he's winning. Whether it's in conversations or negotiations, he always stands back and lets the other person determine the style and manner of the conversation or the negotiation. And then he responds in their style. Jeffrey sees it as chivalrous. He doesn't pick a fight, but if there is a fight, he's going to let you choose your weapon. Jeffrey Epstein wants to play chess with journalist Vicky Ward, not figuratively, literally. You be white. You get the first move. It's like he's letting her pick her weapon. While playing, he probably had plans to talk about his love for science and how he's so close with Stephen Hawking. You know, he's friends with Nobel Prize winners, creators of virtual reality, NASA scientists. Those are his closest buddies. He would like to talk about how he's a philanthropist that's donated millions to Ivy League institutions to study the mysteries of our brains, how he believed in transhumanism, the science of improving the human population through technologies like genetic engineering and artificial intelligence. Side note, that sounds really fancy. It's not. Critics believe it's just modern-day eugenics, which is controlled breeding of a population or species to modify their traits and strengths.
Oh.
Epstein, behind closed doors, would talk about how he wanted to bring in shipments of women basically to his New Mexico ranch, impregnate them with his semen, and force them to have his babies. Well, I think the way that he phrased it would be that they would be more than happy to, because he thinks that his gene pool is very strong. In a session at Harvard, Epstein said he was hypercritical of efforts aimed at reducing starvation and providing health care to the less fortunate because he believes that that would just lead to overpopulation. He's basically saying, let them starve to death. He probably didn't want to talk about all that with Vicky, though, okay? It would be a lot more fun to talk about how former President Bill Clinton's spokesperson had said about him, Jeffrey is both a highly successful financier and a committed philanthropist with a keen sense of global markets and in-depth knowledge of 21st century science. Or about how former President Donald Trump stated about him, I've known Jeff for about 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be around. That sounds like the type of thing Jeffrey Epstein would want to focus on. And I know that hindsight is 20/20, but if I were there, I would just want to know about what really goes on his secret private island. Little St. James. That's Epstein's island, but he likes to call it Little St. Jeff's. But the locals all call it Pedophile Island. It's a 70-acre island in the U.S. Virgin Islands, which is south of Florida. It's about a 3-hour plane ride from Palm Beach, Florida, if you have a private jet, because I don't think that there's any direct nonstop flights from Palm Beach to that area. And it makes Jeffrey Epstein one of the very, very small group of incredibly wealthy people that own private islands, which buying a private island is kind of a headache. There's a professional agency called Private Islands, Inc. that specializes
Throw it all out. Hey, we don't need no more private. Throw it all out. I'll be honest with you. We're good. We're good. All right. We don't need no more.
Exclusively in selling and renting out private islands around the world. But it's not even just buying the island itself that's expensive.
Like
if the island has no wastewater treatment systems, working power lines, reliable source of fresh water, if there are no buildings on the island, or if you are renovating said buildings, you can estimate to spend at least 2 times the cost of that building that if you were to build it, the same structure on mainland. And that's if your island is easily accessible. Some private islands, you have to build a dock yourself, or even a runway for a private jet, or a helipad. These are not affordable things. To put it into perspective, Richard Branson, founder of Virgin Airlines, spent about $1 million, calculated for inflation, on a private island.
Jeez.
And then he spent over $10 million so far to make it up to his standards, and actually a place that he wants to visit.
Like, why would he even do it, though?
The Red Bull owner bought a private island in Fiji for $10 million, and then he had to invest $30 million to make it more habitable. Like, you have to have an entire team of staff that reside there just to make sure that it's ready for the very few days out of the year that you're actually there. They're going to be in charge of making sure the pantries are stocked, because guess what? You can't just go grab milk if you're on a private island. There's no grocery store. Some islands even have a doctor live there full time, even if—
Genuinely, just like imagine, chat. Motherfuckers is living paycheck to paycheck, and you have billionaires just buying islands, dude. They just said that Jeffrey Epstein or whatever didn't even care about the problems of people starving to death, poverty, none of that. Like, they don't fucking care, bro. It's bad, chat. There's some evil people in this world, dude. It's crazy when you think about it, chat.
If the owner only comes every 1 to 2 days a year, because on a private island, there are no hospitals. In case of an emergency, you're gonna want a doctor nearby. And as with any property ownership, there's still a ton of maintenance costs that are gonna add up. Epstein bought Little St. James for about $15 million, which is calculated for inflation. He immediately went in there and started scrubbing the place. I mean, he's getting rid of all the native vegetation, started importing in 40-foot tall palm trees, which these are tall, matured palm trees. They can cost upwards of $5,000 per tree, and that's not including import and planting. That's per tree. He bought a ton of these palm trees. And at the time, the island already had infrastructure. There was this main house. Now, side note, the main house would reportedly be renovated by the same designer that did all the Amman resorts, like the ones that all the celebrities go to. That's like $5,000 a night.
Jeez.
So we can imagine quite a bit of money was poured into the renovation. By 2019, the island's value was listed to be around $64 million. Besides the main house, the island has 3 guest cottages, a caretaker and a groundkeeper's cottage, a private water filtration system utility building, a helipad, a dock, multiple swimming pools, tennis court, an enclosed lagoon, golf carts to take guests from place to place, a staff of 70 to cater to every guest's needs.
This is actually
you can
kind
tell
of cool.
who's staff because they're forced to wear black or white polo shirts and they're told to stay out of everybody's view when they're working. Like,
Okay,
don't
that's
be
not
seen.
cool.
Work hidden. But the most interesting building is a square box building on the isolated part of the island.
Oh, no.
It's the weirdest building I've seen, okay? Imagine a square, but it's blue and white stripes.
Oh, no.
It's got a gold dome at the top with 2 gold statues of what looks like almost like eagles or some sort of phoenix sitting there. It looks like a temple. And that's what Epstein calls it, his temple.
Oh,
it was on the
no.
most isolated part of the island. There are rumors circulating that he conducted sacrifices in there. That's where the children were taken for SA or to be killed. It stated that it was Epstein's private study and music room. One contractor said, actually, guys, it's not a weird sacrificial room. It's just a gym. But a lot of netizens don't agree. They theorize that this is either a sacrificial spot where rituals were performed, some sort of underground lair, or
Hell
even an
no.
altar for an Egyptian deity. Because
Hell
next to that
no.
temple structure is this enormous sundial. It's probably the size of multiple swimming pools. It's a giant circle. And obviously, it only adds to the theory that people are being sacrificed on this island. Now, one thing that we do know is that we don't know much about this island other than that. It is incredibly private. I mean, there's only one island near Peo Island, Little St. Jeff's, whatever you want to call it, but it's mainly empty. Nobody really lives there. Epstein would later buy that island too for $22.5 million, which means this is either a man who really values privacy or he really does not want anyone to know what he's doing on his island. I think it's more of the latter because, like some sort of Bond villain, Epstein purchased a ton of sea urchins. You know what sea urchins are, right? Like they make uni. They look like black balls with these incredibly sharp spikes all around them. He bought a bunch of these, scattered them throughout the edges of the island.
Why?
It would be physically painful for people to get to his island or leave his island without him knowing about it and helping facilitate it. Allegedly.
He left booby traps like a super villain. This guy's a super villain. No, he's actually a super villain. He's leaving, bro. What? I bet if real life was Minecraft, he would have like a lava pit around his little island or something, dude. You know what I mean? Like this guy's insane.
But that's just the island. That still doesn't tell us what the hell happened on the island, especially when it's been reported and debated about how many powerful figures have been to that island. Names like Stephen Hawking, Leslie Wexner, owner of Victoria's Secret and Limited Brands, Naomi Campbell, Prince Andrew, Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, their names have all been brought up and debated countless times of whether or not they have gone to the island. If they all went to the island, what are they all doing there? What do these people even have in common, other than they're rich and powerful? Epstein would host these scientific conventions on the island. One of them was called Mind Shift, and they would just discuss neuroscience, artificial intelligence, Another private island convention was called Confronting Gravity. He was going to bring in 20 of the top physicists from around the globe, including 3 Nobel Prize winners, and they would, through the conference, confront gravity and explore fundamental questions in physics. They wanted to determine what consensus, if any, is there for defining gravity. Like, either I'm too dumb or maybe too smart because I thought gravity was not a debatable thing. Epstein said about the conference, there is no agenda except fun and physics. That's fun with a capital F. Side note, Stephen Hawking does show up a lot in
Hell
movies.
no, the capital F is for and they're kids over there. That. Lock them all up. Lock them all up. What the you got going on? Hell no. Kenji, nah, I'm just saying, bro. Like, wow. First of all, did the list ever get released? Like, what's going on, bro? Because all these names that are allegedly being brought up, lock these thugs up. What the are we talking about?
We released court documents that we're going to go in more in depth on in the next episode on Sunday. But it seems like Epstein was obsessed with Stephen Hawking. He loved everything Stephen Hawking stood for. The fact that Hawking theorized that the universe would stop expanding and collapsing, at which point time itself would start running backwards. He loved that. He loved it so much that Epstein gave Stephen Hawking the best gift of all, a submarine that was modified to fit Stephen Hawking's wheelchair.
Look at the fishies.
My fault.
Which was the first time Stephen Hawking was able to go underwater.
This is so movie-like. It's crazy.
James Patterson states it was one of the most romantic, generous gestures that Jeffrey Epstein has ever made. Stephen Hawking would be in the released court documents where a witness stated Stephen Hawking allegedly requested and stated that he wanted to watch people of short stature solve complex math problems on a very tall whiteboard that they could not reach.
What?
Okay. What else was going on in that island? Are we really supposed to believe
what, bro? I don't trust none of these people, bro.
That they spent all their money to find one of the most secluded islands that money can buy so that they can debate the concept of gravity and pin up whiteboards a little too high on the wall? I don't think so. There was no runway on that island. It was too small for a private plane to land. So Epstein would have to land his private plane at a bigger airport, his Gulfstream on St. Thomas, then take his helicopter to his private island. Some locals on the main island would whisper that Epstein's private jet should actually be called the Lolita Express.
What's that?
Every time that they landed to go to Epstein's private island, they said that Epstein was just surrounded by children, female children. Another local...
What? And we just let this happen? They're just like, wow, that's one old man and a whole lot of kids. There they go. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Stated there would be girls that looked like they are maybe in high school. They looked very young, and they were always wearing college sweatshirts. It seemed like they were wearing it as camouflage. To be like, I'm in college, I just look young. But they're definitely not college age. They're definitely not old enough.
Wow.
So they're not even college, but they try.
So they try to put on some fucking sweaters and like, oh, they're in college, they're old. What the hell?
To be...
Yes.
Pretend they're in college.
Yes.
Wow.
Another local said, I compare him to a serial killer in broad daylight. I mean, I just think he has the face of evil. And it's like he was flaunting it, like hanging out with all these underage girls just so blatantly. Other locals stated the young girls looked like they stepped out of an underwear catalog. They would walk around with very few clothes on or lounge by the pool with nothing on. And it's like, they were like that the most of their time. And I was concerned because of their ages. And a few of them looked very young. And I couldn't help but wonder, do their mothers know where they are? It has been alleged by a victim that the island was just step one of a web of trafficking for wealthy clients. It wasn't just the island. Girls were sent to London, Paris, Spain, everywhere around the world. And on that island, girls were forced into sexual acts by Jeffrey Epstein and his right-hand woman, Ghislaine Maxwell. Now, if you guys have ever heard of Epstein's case at all, you've heard of Ghislaine Maxwell. I mean, the two go together like they did everything together. This episode is focused mainly on Jeffrey Epstein. The very next episode that we're going to be uploading on Sunday is going to be focused on Ghislaine Maxwell and how she was basically called his madam of this whole alleged trafficking ring because she actually
like
was
a Bonnie and Clyde of just like crazy shit going on. And then, yo, chat, what are the chances? I just got an Amber Alert for child abduction emergency, dude. Hell no, bro. Like, what is this world right now? What is the world with chat? Just be safe. Listen. Please be safe. Yeah, keep yourself safe. Make sure your family's good. Because I don't know what's going on with the world, but this is just crazy.
Very involved and very allegedly abusive with many victims. She is said to be a ruthless woman.
Uh-oh.
The victims stated they were forced to have intimate relations, not just with Epstein, but allegedly with other wealthy men from all different industries. It's been stated that some of these victims were just as young as 12 years old. Allegedly, Epstein would try and get the girls to be his little spies. He wanted intel and blackmail, not just on the girls, but on the other wealthy men that they were forced to sleep with. It's rumored that every inch of that island was being watched. There were cameras in cabanas, in the buildings, out on the patios. It was said that you weren't safe, not even in the restrooms. There were cameras in the restrooms. And if you try to escape, which we're going to cover in the next episode, someone tries to escape
No way.
the island, very, very bad things happen to you. There are a lot of theories about this island. Satanic rituals, sacrifices, underground tunnels, and all of these theories will be fully explored in part 1 and part 2.
Good, bro.
But just remember, this is the tip of the iceberg. A close friend of Epstein told Vicky Ward, the journalist, that honestly tried to warn everybody about Epstein from the get-go. They told her, you think you know Epstein, and then you peel another ring off the onion skin, and then there's something else extraordinary underneath. He never reveals his hand. He's a classic iceberg. What you see is not what you get.
Rotten mango. Chad, this is so scary.
I'm Korean and my husband is Chinese, so of course
I'm mixed. I'm like a mutt, really, if you asking me. I don't know if you're asking me, but hi, Akegi. You love me?
The tip of the iceberg started melting September 2005. The police pull over a young driver, a girl named Aria. This is a fake name. She has weed in her car. It's not a lot. It's not like she's the next El Chapo of Florida, but possession is still very illegal in Florida, so the police have to book her. Now, they're thinking this is going to be a very routine arrest, but at the police station, she starts talking and she wants to talk to somebody higher up. They're like, why do you need to talk to somebody higher up? It's just weed. I have something that I think people would be interested in knowing. It's about a man named Jeffrey Epstein. Aria tells them that she knows Jeffrey Epstein, that she's been at his Palm Beach estate, and she knows what goes on in that house.
Oh, no.
So this is not his New York City estate with his eyeballs on the wall. This is a completely new house in Florida. To get into Jeffrey Epstein's Palm Beach estate, you have to get past the gate, past the guard, enter through the side door, which opens up to the kitchen. Usually there's a housekeeper doing dishes there. Then if you want to go upstairs, you take the winding staircase with pink carpets and you head up. Upstairs, the hallway is lined with photographs of naked women. And again, because it's a very expensive house, like $18 million, I guess you could say it's eccentric and not weird and serial killer-y. It's up for debate. The house itself has this weird edge of coldness. Not in the billionaire lair, evil Tony Stark kind of way, but some parts of his house seem like a hospital. Some guest rooms almost look like doctors' offices. Then perhaps you walk straight into Jeffrey Epstein's bedroom. The whole room seems off. There are these hospital-looking machines next to his bed.
What? It's like some torture
likely
room.
for sleep apnea, but they look intimidating. You've got a massage table in his bedroom. There's this wooden cabinet on the side that's filled to the brim, like bursting with rubber toys and just adult toys. The whole cabinet.
Oh.
Next to his bed, Jeffrey Epstein has peach-flavored Joy Jelly lube. In the bathroom, there's soaps shaped like private parts of, all the different private parts.
Dude, these people
There's
are
more
godless.
bottles of Joy Jelly, peach-flavored, mango-flavored. You open the door into his closet, and inside his dressing room, there's more photographs of women, of girls that all came to his house. They all look incredibly young, and most of them are nude.
Hell
He's got
no.
DVDs, strictly B-list movies for some reason, stacks of UFC fighting tapes, books from Amazon. One is titled Slavecraft, Roadmaps for Erotic Servitude, which is otherwise, I'm sure, a perfectly fine book, but it's Epstein, so I'm not sure he's using it as intended. There are 2 secret cameras hidden in clocks on the first floor in his office. Most of the girls in that house don't even know about it.
Wow.
Jeffrey takes pictures of them through those cameras and keeps them on his hard drive. And the whole place has this overwhelming, sickly lavender smell to it all.
Ew. Can we where is the list and where is all this evidence? Because I feel like if we get his hard drive and just look at it, we'll probably see like every crazy that happened, bro.
The first time, most girls are led into a room that has a green and pink sofa. Next to it is another giant wooden cabinet that's filled to the brim with toys. There's a mural of another naked woman inside the room. A massage table is in front of the couch. And most girls are led up there by another young woman. an assistant.
Ooh.
Just wait right here. He'll be up in a minute. There's a sense of fear and nerves when it's the first time because it's just a massage, right? Like you just give some guy a massage and you get paid for the massage. I mean, everything in the room clearly indicates that it's not a massage though. There's photographs of young women posing naked. I mean, one of them shows a girl that's clearly not of age, and in the photo she's smiling, but there's this strong undertone of anxiety on her face, and she's pulling off her undergarments while smiling at the camera. It's just weird. Aria was starting to feel a little bit on edge. It was her first time there. She was honestly just there because Hollister's pay is not great. Hollister pays like $6 an hour. And she had all these plans to go camping with her friends this summer, and she was telling her coworker about it. And the coworker is like, oh, you're trying to get plane tickets? You're not going to get that out here. It's $6 an hour. I can get you a plane ticket like that in 2 hours. What are you talking about? Oh, you just go give this guy a massage and he'll pay you like $200 for 45 minutes to an hour. She didn't give Aria any other details. That was it. But Aria was not naive enough to think that someone would just pay $200 for a massage. She said, you know, like this guy's not going to pay you money for not doing anything, not letting him cop a feel or nothing, you know? But he could try all he wanted. I mean, she would just turn it down. She thought, if he tries to do something that I have a problem with, I'll just leave. Simple as that. And if not, if he doesn't do anything, then I make $200. $200 is $200. Aria went with a friend from Hollister. She was brought into the kitchen where she met Sarah, who she later found out was, quote, like one of Jeffrey's slaves, end quote. Jeffrey Epstein would pick a few girlfriends to live with him, and it really depends on, I guess, how you look at it. I've seen some victims and some sources depict these women as perpetrators. And then I've seen some depict them also as victims who ended up becoming perpetrators, but probably because they were already victimized to a degree.
Stockholm
It's
syndrome.
very complicated. But a lot of the girls would say they're like his slaves. So they would live in his house and they would do everything for him. They would walk behind him during his morning contemplative walks. They would never really look up or talk without being asked. Yeah, it was a thing.
This is
The woman
insane.
tells Aria, he'll be ready for you in a second. Aria was led upstairs, past the strange paintings, and into the primary bedroom, where there was a couch in the bathroom. And she's like sitting in the bathroom couch. I mean, it was huge, the bathroom. There were bottles of lube, massage oils, weird medical looking devices that you would normally see in like a dermatologist's office. It's just creepy. It was not a place that you would want to be alone in. But Aria's not alone. She's got her friend from Hollister there. Then a middle-aged man walks into the room, walks over to Aria, shakes her hand. Hey, I'm Jeffrey. Then he turns to her friend from Hollister, hands her a wad of hundreds, and Aria is pissed. Her friend was getting paid to bring Aria here.
Wow.
Worse is that her so-called friend is leaving her. She tells Jeffrey, great, I'll wait for you downstairs. Turns to Aria, see you in a little bit, and runs downstairs.
What?
Wow. Wait, so the friend was getting paid?
Yes.
Hundreds of dollars.
Like $200 for each referral. Aria feels like she's got no choice but to give this guy a massage. So she starts massaging him with the massage oils, and he just keeps whining, take off your skirt. She's like, no. But he keeps going. Come on, you're not showing anything just by taking off your skirt. He ends up pressuring her into it, which is illegal because she's 16. But regardless, he talks her into it and she takes her skirt. Then he forcibly starts touching her. She tries to tell him to stop, but he keeps going and demanding that she now take off her shirt. In the end, Aria felt pressured to undress, but she kept her undergarments on. He kept groping her chest area, then finished by wiping himself off on a towel. So he was like he paid her $300 and she went home after 40 minutes. And just to put a quick disclaimer here, I'm using words given to the officer by Aria, but I don't think that he talked her into it or convinced her. I would consider it straight up force. She's 16, he's a middle-aged man, it's illegal. So even if he, quote, talked her into it, it's still...
Stephanie, you don't even gotta explain it. That motherfucker is a pedo. Like what, bitch? Fucking freaky ass, weird ass motherfucker. Chop his dick off. Oh, he's already dead. Never mind.
Illegal. Second, $300 for 40 minutes. In many professions, that would be considered an incredible job. But this is not a job. This is illegal. And the girls were way too young to realize how traumatic those 40 minutes would be and how it would stick with them for the rest of their lives. But he knew that. He exploited that. Aria was 16. From there, Aria told officers that she frequently visited Epstein's mansion and gave him massages. She stated that she was there every day that he was in Palm Beach, and she had been there at least hundreds of times. She had some rules that she set with him, and again, none of this matters because she's underage, so even if she's setting rules, this is illegal. Aria stated Epstein told her that she was his favorite. He ended up buying her a new car, bought her plane tickets for trips, gave her shopping money. Sometimes she would go over to his house and there would just be a giant bag of lingerie from Victoria's Secret just waiting for her, like $1,500 worth of stuff. He even asked if she could ask her parents to emancipate her so that she could come live with him.
Wow.
As a girlfriend? The police ask. Slave, whatever you want me to call it, yeah. But it escalated. He just increased my pay as long as he could touch me. She said, I used to go there every day. Like, I don't know how many other girls he was saying, you're my favorite too, but I want you to live with me. But I was in as deep as you can get. She stated, the underwear I'm wearing right now, he gave me. Authorities asked and clarified, and for some reason we have very, very vivid details about his private part. Aria told authorities, because they kept asking, oh yeah, I'm 110% sure he's circumcised. As a matter of fact, he has some sort of birth defect on his thing.
What?
I don't know what it is. I've never really looked into it because I've never done anything where I had to touch it. Out of the whole time I worked for him, I never touched his thing. I'm pretty sure he rubbed it against me, but I've never been like, okay, I'm gonna let you do this, or okay, I'm gonna do this now. But it's really weirdly shaped. I don't know. Do you want me to tell you about it? Yes. I'm really embarrassed, but it's like a teardrop, like a drop of water. It's like really fat at the bottom and really skinny at the top where it's attached, and it never is like fully stiff. Like I could just tell by looking at it. I don't know. Like by looking at it, you can obviously tell if it is. I could tell that he wasn't. Aria told authorities that sometimes Jeffrey Epstein would call her over to the house and ask her to be completely naked while he worked. So she would be paid to just sit on his desk while he worked completely naked and watch TV or read a book or just be naked in the room. Other times he requested that she be naked in bed with him while he watched the news.
Now, just real quick, I just want to say, like, bro, how, like, deranged, first of all, I mean, obviously he's deranged, right? But, like, dude, sex is not that, like, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, it's not, like, the end-all, be-all of life, dude, okay? Like, why does everything need to be sexual? Like, bro, it's such, like, a small part of life. Like, get the fuck on, bro. Like, you're so sick, you can't, you're praying, it's fucking disgusting, dude. These people are godless. Go fucking pray, you piece of shit.
Or other times, he would just have her join him for dinner. It wasn't always a massage, but Aria said she would never be in that house if there wasn't money involved. Then one day, he forced her over the massage table and forced himself on her.
Jesus.
She said that she, quote, freaked out and stopped him, but he R-worded her even if it was just for a moment. Now, side note, I want to clarify that she clarifies with the police that she never had intimate relations with Epstein, and she did not. But he did try to R-word her, even if for a moment or two. And I say that because he was victimizing her. She was so young when she was giving her statement to the police. I don't think that it's settled in yet because there was a really heartbreaking part of her questions with the police where she just kept asking, wait, is this like our word? I mean, it's just my opinion. I think he's just a raging predator. Now, side note, Jeffrey Epstein knew Aria's real age as well. She told him that she was 16 and he told her, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody your real age. And from there, things just started escalating. Epstein would pay Aria to have relations with another woman, one of his girlfriends lived at the house, and either they were all underage at the time or she had just turned 18.
I'm allergic to weird motherfuckers trying to do weird stuff, bro.
It's uncertain. He would watch as they had intimate relations with each other. Sometimes he would join in by doing things to the two of them. Aria stated that there was a lot of usage of strap-on devices and other large rubber objects. He had a whole cabinet at his disposal of things that he would use during these massages. She stated Jeffrey Epstein was a mastermind at getting people to do what he wanted. She stated, he's a very hard guy to say no to. I don't know if you guys ever talked to him, but well, if you talk to him, I mean, he straight up tries to control the situation. Every word that comes out of your mouth, it seems like he knows what you're going to say. Like, that's his job. That's how he makes his money. Knowing what people are going to say and what people are going to do. The only reason that I held on for so long was because he promised that he would get me into NYU and that he would pay for it. So I waited and I waited and I scored great on my SATs. I had a 4.0 GPA. I did really good in school. I gave him my application 3 times. He never submitted it or checked it.
Wow.
That's why I stayed so long, because my dream was right in front of me, you know? Did he ever hurt you? Sometimes it got violent, yeah. He would pick me up. Like, if you pick me up and throw, obviously it's gonna hurt. I mean, there's been nights where I walked out of there barely able to walk from him being so rough. So to recap, Aria was pulled over, arrested for having weed in her possession, brought into the station, and the police thought this was a routine arrest. But now they've uncovered that Jeffrey Epstein, one of the richer men of all of Palm Beach, is actively seeking children for sex work. Aria looked at the detective near the end of the interview and she said, Jeffrey's gonna get me. You guys realize that. He's gonna find me. He's gonna figure this out and he's gonna... I'm not safe now. You understand that, right? I'm not safe. Do you know what the golden rule is? It's very simple. He who has the gold makes the rules. And in Palm Beach, there's a lot of rule makers. To give you an idea, their local newspaper, the Palm Beach Daily News, the front page news for them is usually the most recent charity ball or equestrian horseback riding event or some sort of gallery opening. It's a place where nothing really happens and everything happens. And there is a busy time even for the police. They call it, quote, the season. Winter time in Palm Beach. That is when all the rich billionaires with their 5th vacation homes come into the town. They leave snowy New York, rainy Paris, come to Palm Beach where the temperatures sit comfortably in the 70s, and they throw...
Millionaires, bro. Millionaires. I'm mad at them. I don't even care. I'm just mad I'm poor. I'm fucking tired of it, dude. I'm tired of being tired. Lord.
Please listen to my words. If you give me $1 billion, I promise I will help people out. And also, I won't do anything weird. I'll just sit here and I just stream some more, do some giveaways and help people. Thank you, Lord, for listening to my prayers.
Parties. It is the season. The billionaires come in, fly in on their private jets, fly in all their friends from around the world. They throw these over-the-top parties, endless bottles of Dom, the ones that cost like hundreds of dollars per bottle. There's shrimp towers, hired entertainment, noise complaints. Someone hungover, believed to be dead, there's a 911 call. Cocaine usage through the roof. And once these parties are over, the workers come in, clean up the billionaires' mansions, leaving it completely spotless, even though they know and the billionaires know that they're just going to do it all over again tonight.
Wow.
And everything, all that trash, ends up at the landfill that the sanitation workers call Mount Trashmore. Everyone's trash, except Jeffrey Epstein's. His trash was being secretly pulled by the Palm Beach Police Department after Aria and after Nina's reports. It's called a trash pull, where authorities secretly work with sanitation workers and have a special place for intaking a suspect's trash, like all of it, and it goes to the police station and sorted through for important evidence. In this case, they're looking for anything that has DNA, toothbrushes, condoms, half-eaten pizzas that can even place underage girls in the house, or any other incriminating evidence, notebooks, journals, pieces of papers with names, phone numbers, dates, anything that can connect Aria or any other underage girl for that matter to Jeffrey Epstein. Billionaire or not, the police are determined. They're going to get this guy.
W cops.
They just need to make sure that the investigation is kept tight, under wraps. The door to the police station swings open and a silver-haired man walks in.
Oh, no.
It's Jeffrey Epstein. And behind him is a beautiful but very young woman, 19 years old, barely a woman, and she's walking behind him a few paces back. The other girls call her another one of, quote, one of Jeffrey's, like, slaves, end quote. She's one of the girls that lives in his mansion. She's walking behind him, head down, staring at the ground, and all the officers are staring because it's such a strange, alarming sight. It looked like she's used to not talking or even making eye contact unless she's addressed, which can never be a green flag.
Jesus.
Jeffrey walks up to the Chief Ryder. He introduces himself as a local Palm Beach resident, Jeffrey Epstein. He does not introduce the woman behind him. It's like she doesn't exist. And he hands the chief a check for $90,000.
What? Whoa.
A donation for a firearms simulator. which kind of, if you guys don't know what that is, it looks like screen golf, but instead of a golf club, you use a replica firearm and you practice your aim, reflexes, and stamina. A lot of wealthy Palm Beach residents donate to the local police department because they have a lot that they want to protect, and they want to make their already safe town even safer, and they think this is the best way to do it.
I didn't know you could just walk into a police station and hand them a check.
Yeah.
And not be arrested for bribery.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
We should just hand them a $1 check and test it out. It's crazy.
That's not a conflict of interest? Like, what?
That's definitely not bribery for sure, right? But even for one of the wealthiest zip codes in the state, $90,000 in a donation is a pretty big deal. Chief Ryder, he'd been a cop for more than 24 years. I mean, he was trained for anti-terrorism at the FBI training headquarters, Quantico, but he's also a family guy. And he could just tell that something is off about Jeffrey Epstein. And $90,000 was entirely not enough to make him feel differently. The authorities have a report of something that sounds very much like the R word from Aria, but it's not enough to get someone of Jeffrey Epstein's caliber. I mean, we hear about normal people getting away with SA all the time. Now, add a few hundreds of millions of dollars, if not $1 billion, into the mix, Jeffrey Epstein is practically untouchable. Chief Ryder even warned his squad, cross your T's, dot your I's. Epstein's attorneys can eat us for breakfast, lunch, and dinner if that's what they want to do. And if you're going up against someone like that, which is what the police have every intention of doing, you have to know everything about your opponent. You don't go into a fight blind, and they know nothing about Jeffrey Epstein. For a very rich guy, he's incredibly mysterious in private. Nobody even...
Wix gives you the power of AI to build the website you need. With full business functionality and a design tailored just for you. Customize every element of your website and watch your vision come to life in minutes. Control everything from the biggest tasks to the finest details. Personalized, optimized, ready to go live.
The path to a college degree is more affordable than you think. With Sophia Learning, you can take real college-level courses that are designed to transfer, fully online for just $99 a month. Start your free trial, no credit card required. Sophia Learning, built for you.
Even knew what he did for a living. I mean, yeah, the police can figure out through tax filings, but what does that even mean? What does he really do for a living? He has a corporation, he helps rich people, that's all they know. How does Jeffrey Epstein make his money? According to some people, Jeffrey Epstein would go around telling people that he was a brain scientist.
What?
Is that even a real job? He would say, it's my job to know how people's brains work. So yes, it's all very elusive. But one thing is for certain, it is highly unusual for animals that big to not leave any footprints in the snow. Only problem is, Jeffrey Epstein was born with very, very small feet. At least in the fight.
Okay, Stephanie, what the f does that mean, dude? That was a real Kanye tweet right there. Like, I know she's storytelling, but that was like on the equivalent of like how much, like this is literally what it felt like. Hold on. That felt like a conversation between Kanye and Kobe Bryant. Where is it?
How much more do you want from me?
More.
How much more successful do you want me to be?
More successful.
How many records can my records break?
More records.
But I'm the best.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
What the f does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
You're welcome.
Like, what the f does that mean, Stephanie? Stephanie, what the f does that mean? Sometimes she just be, I don't know what the f she be saying, bro, what the f?
Only problem is, Jeffrey Epstein was born with very, very small feet, at least in the finance world. Jeffrey grew up in Brooklyn where his dad was a landscaper, which I just want to say there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It does appear that he comes from a loving home, but it is a world away from the Upper East Side and the old money New Yorker societies. That he wants to be a part of. But Jeffrey Epstein is unfortunately very smart, at least on paper. He skipped 2 grades. He was a genius with numbers, they said. He played the piano. His friend said he was advanced. He's brilliant. He's a diamond in the rough. He's got a gift for recognizing opportunities very quickly. Interestingly enough, Jeffrey Epstein had a lot of friends growing up, and they would call him Epi. His parents would call him Bear.
Epi?
At school, they'd call him Epi. Apparently, he was very likable. So they said, you know, have you ever heard someone who laughs like, ha, 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 or they just kind of laugh like that noise? They said Jeffrey Epstein laughed like he in a very high-pitched voice. Like he would have a hee laugh, which honestly is a little creepy now that I think about it. But a lot of kids, you know, when you're young, they thought it was cute. They thought it was enduring. Jeffrey Epstein was described to be chubby with curly hair and an obsession with his prized stamp collection. And his grades. I mean, Jeffrey Epstein goes from Brooklyn to the Upper East Side, at least Monday through Fridays. And he starts teaching at a prestigious private school in New York City called Dalton School.
Whoa.
This isn't even a university. Dalton is a K through 12 grade school. The tuition per year is $61,000 a year. This is not even a private university.
Bro, can you believe that there's actual tuition for private? Like, what is going on? There's different. I went to public school. I'm gonna be complete. I thought free food was like it. You know what I mean? Like, I thought that was just like basic. Dude, there's people going to like college fucking dorms and just fucking, what do they call it? Campus. Thank you. I said campus. I'm dumb. Listen, they got college campuses as fucking just like grade school. And you're paying mad money for tuition. It's crazy, bro. My baby bro, he went to like this private school. I swear to God, the gym. First of all, the gym by itself was just insane. It was like a fucking, like, I don't even know, like an MLB lifting room or some shit. It was wild, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I'm like, dude, I got some fat asshole telling me to run around the track some more. You know what I mean? That making me do push-ups and shit when that motherfucker looked like he never got out of his chair. Like, get the fuck out of here. I hate it here. My fault. I'm sorry. Crazy.
Epstein doesn't even have a college degree, and he ends up as a teacher of math and physics over at Dalton. And nobody was taking parent-teacher conferences as seriously as Epstein was, because that is his chance to be in the same room with these rich, powerful, well-connected parents without formally pitching himself and annoying these influential families, because I'm sure they get that all the time. I'm sure they get Shark Tank pitches on a daily basis. Epstein shows up to these teacher conferences and shows them exactly how valuable and brilliant he is. And it works.
Whoa.
One of the dads leans over during a parent-teacher conference. Have you ever heard of Bear Stearns? Bear Stearns was a massive investment bank, trading, and brokerage firm. By 2008, it was the 5th largest investment bank in Manhattan. It did collapse that same year, so I don't know what that means anymore. In 2006, they did $9.2 billion in revenue.
Jeez.
They had a giant 47-floor glass-down skyscraper in the middle of Manhattan. The traders did lines of cocaine in the bathroom. I'm not even making that up. There was a guy from Bear Stearns who had a cocaine dispenser that had the emblem of Bear Stearns.
What?
I mean, the firm clearly...
They had branded cocaine. That's kind of gangster, bitch. I'm not gonna lie to you. Hey, come work for McDonald's. You want some McDonald's, bitch? You know what I mean? Come look at this little pill. Fuck you talking about? I don't know, bro. That'd be cool.
Operated in very interesting ways. Even when hiring traders, the partners were not looking at resumes and diplomas. Some of the partners would straight up say, I'm looking for PSDs.
What's that?
Poor, smart, determined kids. PSDs. Jeffrey Epstein was a PSD when he joined Bear Stearns. He starts trading and sleeping with one of the partner's assistants immediately, and he is exposed to a whole new world of money. At these firms, money is no longer even money. It's just numbers on a screen that go up and down. When it goes up, you're happy. You make money. When it goes down, you're sad. You do another line of and you get back at it.
Damn.
After 5 years there, Epstein takes his $250,000 bonus that year, resigns from the firm conveniently right before the SEC starts an investigation into Bear Stearns, which is suspicious to say the least. He was questioned multiple times by the SEC. And from there, Jeffrey Epstein finds himself being a bounty hunter. Jeffrey Epstein's real taste of money, like first real taste, because to him, $250,000 is not real money. It's not enough. He actually blew through it so quickly that he had to stay on people's couches. He didn't even have a place to stay. His first real taste of money was through a woman named Ana Obregon. And she's this beautiful Spanish actress, model, socialite, and normally very, very wealthy. But her dad was about to be out hundreds of millions of dollars, potentially. We don't have an exact figure, but Anna's dad invested in a scheme, and now his money is at risk of being gone forever. So Anna reaches out to Jeffrey Epstein and is like, hey, I heard you're good with numbers. I heard you're good with tracking things down. I need you to help my dad. Hunt down my dad's money. If you recover it all, I'll give you a good chunk of it. A bounty hunter. Epstein worked with the SEC Fraud Task Force, probably the same task force that investigated Bear Stearns and Jeffrey Epstein by default. And now he's on their side, trying to get Anna's money back. And it worked. He found her family's money being held in a bank in the Cayman Islands, and it's unclear how much money he recovered, but it's suspected that Anna gave him a hefty commission, likely in the 7 figures. This is Jeffrey.
Who the hell are you? Long story. Oh, look who's here. Cut the crap. Whoever you are, tell me where the mandel brick is and I'll let you go. My intel doesn't come cheap. Guys, stay out of this. It's a little late for that.
Epstein's first taste of big boy money, and he's not going back. It's argued Epstein did have a way with numbers. He was really good at it. He would use it to find ways for the ultra wealthy to not pay taxes. That is what Epstein genuinely did. Tax evasion.
Wow.
His whole business model was pay me $50 million or pay the IRS 10 times more than that.
Damn.
So I'm going to find, it's not tax evasion. I guess they're legal loopholes. Jeffrey Epstein seemed to have this lifelong habit, though, where he would promote his girlfriends. He would somehow date some of the most beautiful women in the world, not even subjectively, but literally objectively. He dated Miss Sweden for a while. He would date these incredibly beautiful women. I mean, they're completely out of his league, and then he would promote them to be his friend. He would break up with them, but he always told them, no, think about it like this. You're going up the ladder. You're not going down the ladder. You're graduating to a better tier. You're moving from lover to friend. That is better. Relationships are nothing.
This motherfucker, I need to start gaslighting just like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. No, baby, listen, I cheated on you. But that don't mean I don't love you, bitch. Okay, that just means now we aren't a thing, you know what I mean? And now we're friends. And what friends means is we could get McDonald's on me. Let's go get a chicken nugget. Come on, girl, stop playing with me.
There's beautiful, hot women all over this island. Friendship is precious. That's how he always framed it. And it worked. Epstein would remain close with all of his ex-girlfriends. One of his ex-girlfriends stated, "There is nothing but nice things that I can say about this guy." Even an old high school girlfriend remembers getting a call from him out of the blue. This is both when they're in their 50s. They dated 30 years ago in high school. He calls out of the blue without talking to her for decades. And he's like, you know what? You came up in a conversation recently and I was just thinking about you. And he's like, yeah, it was my birthday party, my 50th birthday party. And I had all these pictures of me when I was younger. And, you know, because we dated, I had a picture of you on the beach. And my friend was pointing at your picture. And I thought, I bet she's got a big ass now.
What?
You want to come over? And after decades of not talking, She went over to his Manhattan mansion, and it's like nothing had changed. Friends forever. Now, one of Jeffrey Epstein's longest relationships, though, was with a man named John A.
All right, I know he's a piece of shit, but I'm using this. That's game. Game is game. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gaslighting the I'm talking to. We all gonna be best friends forever. I'm gonna hit him up in a few years and just be like, hey, you trying to fly out to LA? You know, oh, your name just came up in conversation. I bet you got a fat ass, girl. Come over here. Stop playing with me, girl. You try to come over? Come on. Like what? First class on Spirit Airlines. I'm lying. She gonna get her ticket mad as hell. My fault.
This is a fake name. He was Jeffrey Epstein's houseman for 11 years. As the main houseman, John was also the house manager, the driver, the house maintenance person. He mainly stayed in the Palm Beach house, and his job was to make sure that anytime Jeffrey was at home, it was ready for him. If anyone had a firsthand look into what went on in that house, it was gonna be John. He said, yeah, I mean, I think Jeffrey was probably very sore, because he received 3 massages per day.
Damn.
3 massages by 3 different women per day. And every year, those masseuses, they got younger and younger, and they would always be led up to Epstein's room or bathroom where he would have a massage. But sometimes John would go in there afterwards and find these long rubber devices or massagers that would be in the sink that he would have to wash off and put back into the wooden cabinet.
This motherfucker so nasty, he can't even wash it off. You don't have no decency to clean up after yourself, you dirty bitch. I'll be mad as hell. I'll be mad as hell if I work there. I gotta clean up some little nasty ass long.
Not everyone's life runs in straight lines. At Sophia, we get that. Our flexible, affordable, self-paced college-level courses help thousands of people just like you complete their degrees for only $99 a month.
An AI platform where all your knowledge is in one place. It's a happy place. It's a nice place. Where customer experience solutions are so seamless, they're soothing. That's so nice.
Be mad as
comparison to all of that, this new errand that he was sent to run, it seemed very easy. All he had to do was drop off flowers to one of Mr. Epstein's girls. He thought it was going to be the easiest task in the day. Until he found himself with a bouquet of red roses in his hand, standing in front of a high school.
What?
Red roses for 15-year-old Nina.
What?
Nina, from the beginning of this story with $300 in her wallet, she had to sit on her hands on the way to Jeffrey Epstein's mansion. She was wearing a white pair of skinny jeans, and she did not want to get it dirty in Wendy's truck. The seats are grimy. I mean, honestly, this whole situation felt grimy, but it's not even...
I'm so sorry. Who's Wendy?
Wendy is the girl that's introducing her to this rich man who takes massages.
Her friend, I see.
Wendy is actually her boyfriend's cousin, and she's sitting on her hands in the back, and it's just...
Yo,
it's
this
just
is
not
insane.
a pleasant situation. But if someone asked you, would you rather work part-time at a fast food chain, sweating over burgers in the back, getting greasy, your hair's all sweaty, to make $300 you smell when you get home, or would you rather close your eyes, massage an old rich guy for an hour, and make that same amount of money?
Chat, which one are you doing? I'm gonna be honest, I'll suck in the back of a Wendy's parking lot if you gonna give me $200. Fuck. It could be an old man, it could be an old woman, it could be whoever the Kenji. I'm just saying, I would probably, like, I'm so happy because I'm a dumb person, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would for sure, if I was like even if I was a girl, I feel like I'd be ugly as shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I feel like I'm a pretty good looking guy, but like as a girl, like I have a sister and she's cool. She cool. You know what I mean? I feel like it just wouldn't work for me. You know what I mean? It wouldn't work for me. I would just have to pray and hope I got a fat ass or something, dude.
When you're 16, 15, 14, I mean, even when you're not, it seems like the choice is kind of easy. Nina doesn't really have a choice now. She's in the back of Wendy's car, hands numb. The GPS is leading them straight to an $18.5 million mansion overlooking the water in Palm Beach. And Wendy, her boyfriend's cousin, the one that's introducing her to the man, is glancing in the rearview mirror. Nina, remember, when he asks how old you are, you say 18. You got it? Nina's kind of confused because nobody in their right mind would think that she's even 18 or 17 or 16. She's 14.
Hell no.
14 or 15?
She's 14.
Oh my goodness.
Sure. I'm serious. When the man asks your age, you say 18. Yeah, I got
Hell
it.
no.
Nina smiles at Wendy in the rearview mirror, and the car pulls up to the front gate. It opens up for them. They park in the driveway, and they walk up to a guard. Wendy's acting like she's doing a drug deal. We're here to see Jeff. He nods, and they follow him over to the side door that leads into the kitchen. Nina steps inside, and there's just like a group of adults staring at her. No introductions, nothing. They're just staring her up and down. One of the house guys, I guess one of the house staff, looks at her and says, "Do you want milk and cereal?" "I'm good." Wendy's just standing there staring at the man leaning up against the kitchen island. He's looking Nina up and down,
Hell no,
and then
bro.
he just nods. Wendy follows him out of the kitchen, and Nina's so confused, like, what the hell is happening? I mean, clearly they're analyzing Nina. They're looking for something in her. And when he gets back, the middle-aged man, Jeffrey Epstein, tells his assistant, "You can take Nina upstairs." Nina was taken to the godforsaken room with the pink and green couch.
Hell no.
Where she waited. And she's just staring at all these naked pictures of girls that look way too young. And there's this wooden cabinet with toys inside. And it's just a freaky experience. The door swings open, and there is Jeffrey Epstein standing right behind her in nothing but a towel. It was freaky. It's terrifying. But she's also 14, so she's thinking, well, technically that's how massages work, right? So even though Nina is not a licensed masseuse, because in the state of Florida you have to be 18, she's thinking, this is normal.
Jesus.
He's maintaining eye contact with her while he takes off his towel, and he is standing there in front of her completely nude. She looks down, and his wee-wee is very tiny. Side note, the word wee-wee was used with authorities, so that's why I'm using it, but also it emphasizes how young these girls are. Epstein had a very stern voice, like an angry dad or like a scary teacher. It's a voice of authority. You wouldn't even question it. It sounds that scary. He tells her, "Take off your clothes."
What?
Nina's so scared, she takes off her pants, and then he lays down on the massage table on his stomach. He instructs her to get on top of him to massage his back, and at first it was as normal as a type of massage like this can
Dude,
get,
this is crazy.
I guess. Like, she's massaging his back with massage oils. But then Epstein turns to his side and starts rubbing his privates on her body. He grabs a device, uses it on her private parts,
What the
and then it was over. He grabs a towel to wipe himself off down there and gets off the table. So he did not fully essay her, but it's still essay, you know? Nina was paid $200 for the first time. And unfortunately...
200, bitch. You're a billionaire. Give me more. I'm sorry. My fault. I know. I'm just saying, like, that seemed mighty fucking stingy, okay, for doing all that extra shit.
Unfortunately, Nina was just one of the many victims Epstein had. He had a few ways that he would recruit underage girls for what I feel are assaults, but he calls them massage.
Kenji, that. I don't give a bro. If I went over there, bitch, and you're a fucking millionaire, you're giving me more money, bitch, or I'm going straight to the motherfucking police.
The first way was to have girls recruit other girls, children recruiting children, under Epstein's force and guidance.
That is crazy.
So Wendy, the one that brought Nina to Epstein, she told authorities that just after she turned 17, her friend asked her to come to Epstein's house.
Wow.
That's how she got roped into this. Well, actually, her friend asked her, "You want to make some money?" I mean, who says no to a question like that? So she said yes. Okay, all you have to do is give this man a massage, and you're going to make $200 in like an hour. Wendy goes, and just like Nina, she ends up meeting with Epstein in the kitchen of his Palm Beach house. And once he gives her the look through and the go-ahead, she's escorted to his bedroom. She sees the young assistant, Sarah, set up the massage table, cover it with a sheet, lay out the massage oils,
bro.
And then she leaves.
Okay, dude, I can't do no more massage. Like, I actually get to, like, where the fuck he killed himself.
She said, "He tried to touch me. I stopped him. I told him, I'll massage you, but I don't want to be touched." Wendy did get naked for the massage, and at the very end, he paid her the agreed-upon amount of $200. When he realized Wendy wasn't comfortable with doing more, he offered her a new position to work with him. Bring him girls to massage him. Each time, he will pay her $200 for the first time, just once. If the girls keep coming back, you don't get that referral fee anymore. Wendy told authorities, So that's what I did. She brought over girls who they all kind of knew what they were getting into. I mean, maybe not the full extent, terms and conditions and all of that, but apparently Epstein made it a point that he did not want the girls to be super surprised when they were in the room. And each time she brought a girl between the ages of 14 and 16, she was paid $200. Wendy worked with him for a year, and I don't have an exact figure on how many girls she personally brought to Epstein, but she would say it was kind of like a train. It's like I introduced him to all my friends, and then they introduced him to their friends, and it just kind of went on and on.
Bro,
like
that's
that.
so scary.
Out of all the girls that you introduced, how many of them were under 18? Under 18? All of them. All of them? All of them. Did Epstein know anybody's real true age? Or he didn't care? I don't think he cared. He told me the younger the better. Let me just put it this way. I tried to bring him a woman who was 23, and he didn't really like it. Didn't go for it. It's not that he didn't go for it, he just didn't care for it. And he likes girls that are between the ages of like 18, 20, I think, some of them. But I think...
Does a rising tide really lift all boats? Well, rising tides can do a lot of things.
Most of them lie about their age. I mean, I know that when I started off young, I think he knew better than to believe me. I think he knew that I was younger, like 17, but when I told him I was 18, it's fine. Most girls would lie when they go in there. And for the girls being victimized by Jeffrey Epstein, I guess there wasn't really a standard rate. Wendy would tell authorities, the more you do with him, the more you make. Basically, if you take off your clothes, you're gonna make more. If you let him do things to you, you're gonna make more. I heard about a girl who apparently slept with him and was making like $1,000 each time.
No, bro.
Do things? You mean like touch you? Yeah, touch you in inappropriate places. Wendy told authorities that she never blindsided the girls that she brought over. They at least had an idea of what was going on, and she would kind of know how much each girl did with Epstein by how much they walked out there with. So there was one girl on her first massage walked out with $300, and Wendy stated she walked out of that house with $300, so she obviously and evidently let him do a little bit more. According to James Patterson's book, police tried to make Wendy understand that she just implicated herself legally in Epstein's crimes, and she had been doing this for a little over a year now, so she was of age 18 now, and she didn't get it. She just joked, I guess I'm like Heidi Fleiss. Heidi Fleiss, she was the Madam of Hollywood. She ran a super illegal sex work ring in LA that catered to the Hollywood elites.
So like, she doesn't understand the severity.
She doesn't get it, bro.
It's complicated because a lot of people do try to demonize her in some sources, and I'm not going to say that she didn't do anything wrong, that she didn't help create victims, but she's also so young. Like, he has a way of picking girls, especially the Palm Beach girls, the victims there, of just picking the most underprivileged. Like, he knows how to spot vulnerability.
Yeah.
This is a very smart man, you know? That would be the first way that he recruits victims. The second way Jeffrey Epstein would recruit girls was through Victoria's Secret. So remember that meme? What is Victoria's Secret? Some people would say it's, oh, the founder was a guy named Victor who loved dressing in more feminine lingerie. Others said, no. It's about the British monarch, Queen Victoria. She was always so prim and proper when she presented herself to the people, but she was known to be secretly very nasty, freaky, dirty, wild in her intimate life, and that is Victoria's secret. Whatever the secret is, the secret was owned by the richest man in Ohio, Leslie Wexner. He owned limited brands, which included Victoria's Secret, Express, Bath & Body Works. I believe they either own or heavily invested in Abercrombie & Fitch as well. I mean, it's a huge corporation. Leslie Wexner is worth $6 billion and has one of the largest privately owned yachts in the world. Well, he did at the time. It was 315 feet long, which... you know, I was like, that's teeny tiny weeny boat. Not that I own any sort of water vessel, but it didn't sound insane until I realized the Statue of Liberty is 300 feet tall. Big Ben is almost exactly as tall as Leslie Wexner's boat is long. Now, Jeffrey Epstein is rich. Leslie Wexner, that's a different league. Leslie Wexner hired Jeffrey Epstein to manage his money, but Epstein did a lot more than that, allegedly. He was kind of like Leslie Wexner's dog. So Leslie Wexner would buy these antique pieces of art for his house. Jeffrey Epstein would invite his former friend Stuart Pavar over, who is this renowned art collector, to come authenticate the pieces, which Stuart would later say they were mostly cheap knockoffs, so like it was bad. It wasn't even a good knockoff. When Leslie Wexner wanted to break up with his long-term girlfriend, a woman who had uprooted her life, moved all the way to Ohio, converted to Judaism to be with him, to make him happy, Leslie was like, I can't do it. Jeffrey, go break up with her for me.
What?
He would send the dog. He would send the dog Epstein. Allegedly, when Leslie wanted to see Cats, the musical, but he didn't have time to go watch the musical, Jeffrey Epstein called up the cast, flew them to Ohio, and had them personally perform for Leslie.
What?
When Leslie finally decided to get married, allegedly, Epstein forced Leslie's soon-to-be wife to sign a prenuptial agreement, had her sign it alone in her law office, then he had Leslie sign it in his office, but he brought along a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model to show Leslie, remind Leslie, don't worry, there's always an endless supply of beautiful women in this world. And he had Leslie sign the prenup agreement on the model's belly. She laid down on the desk, they put the papers on top of her belly, and then he signed his prenuptial agreement.
Bro, like people with money, like what the f are we talking about, dude?
Marriage to not the model. Yeah, but Epstein doesn't do anything for free or even for cheap. In return, he's likely getting paid fat sums of money for managing Leslie's money and his life, but also in return for being this paid bully, really, he's getting access to Victoria's Secret models, or sometimes people with dreams of becoming one.
Wow.
Epstein starts working with a man named Jean-Luc Brunel, a modeling agent. And the two allegedly used Brunel's modeling agency to bring in underage girls from out of the country by promising them modeling contracts. Allegedly, the girls would stay in Epstein-owned properties, they would get visas, and very slowly, they would just be exposed to the world of, quote, high-end escorting. It's likely that Epstein used his known association in the fashion world to Leslie Wexner as a way to be like, see, I'm not a scammer, nor am I trying to take advantage of you. I'm actually best friends with the guy that owns Victoria's Secret. There is some proof of this. In Santa Monica, California, there is this very expensive hotel called Shutters. It's a smaller, intimate, upscale hotel. It overlooks the water, has this giant pool. It costs $1,000 a night to stay there.
Damn.
Will the Santa Monica Police Department get a call from that hotel one late summer evening by a young woman named Clara? She's frantic. She's calling to report.
Smartsheet has revolutionized the way that I work, and I just can't see a day without it.
Hello? Oh, hi. I'm Rich, by the way. Will.
Was renting a house in town. 8 years living on base, I just think my missus is ready for a little taste of normal.
Well, if normal is what you're after, you two are going to love dairy.
You don't like it much down here, do you, Miss Handler?
You know, it's hard not to miss the things you leave behind.
We're getting into the swing of it, though. Starting to feel like home.
Things happen here. We don't really talk about it. No one does.
They never even found a body. But maybe we could figure out what really happened to him.
Could have been a drifter.
Do you think somebody could kidnap a kid and keep him underground? In the sewers?
What happened out there, Helen?
We have 25 disappearances, 7 confirmed deaths, mostly children.
Something bad's coming.
What is that?
report that she's just been assaulted. She was trying to tell the authorities everything that's happened. She's a small actress. She did some minor roles in Baywatch and General Hospital. I mean, she's new to the industry, and everyone is referring her to this guy named Jeffrey Epstein. They told her, send him your headshots because he picks the girls that are going to be in Victoria's Secret catalogs. Maybe not the fashion show yet because that takes time, but the catalogs, that's your foot in the door. So that's what she did.
Oh no.
He reaches out to ask, do you want to meet me at a hotel? Clearly, Clara thought this was weird because who meets up at a hotel for an audition? But she wants this career, and maybe he's just so busy that the only time that he can squeeze into his schedule is she comes to the hotel, he does a little audition, and it's done. Clara shows up in Epstein's hotel room at the Shutters Hotel, and he tells her to undress.
What?
He walks over and starts ripping her clothes off of her, almost, saying things like, let me manhandle you for a second. Then he walks around circles, pretending to evaluate her measurements in person, but he just keeps groping her the whole time. She stops him, grabs her clothes, runs out of the room, reports it to the authorities, who do absolutely nothing. They did nothing about it. They told her, yeah, well, it is your word against his. Clara was terrified of going public with everything when Jeffrey Epstein had all the money and the power, and she's just another small model in the industry. She didn't think anyone would care or listen.
Wow.
This would be the second way Epstein would recruit girls. But Jean Brunel vehemently denies being part of any of this. Brunel would actually go on to sue Jeffrey Epstein and state that his friendship and association with Epstein had cost him irreversible damage to his reputation and career. He stated, parents don't want to send their children to work with me because one of the first things that pop up when you Google my name is trafficking.
Holy.
Yeah. Well, he's dead now. Police tracked down...
Wait, who's dead?
Jean Brunel.
When they died.
He died too.
Yeah, lots of people died.
Wow.
Now, in 2005, police tracked down yet another woman who...
Not everyone's life runs in straight lines. At Sophia, we get that. Our flexible, affordable, self-paced college-level courses help thousands of people just like you complete their degrees for only $99 a month.
It's the season of layers, and it comes with a new rhythm and a fresh start. Your style needs to move with you, because fall doesn't slow down. It stacks up, and you're ready for it all. Shields.
Gave Epstein massages, and it was so clear Epstein had a type. When police were investigating, trying to find anyone who had been victimized by Epstein, they came across a real masseuse. Now, interesting thing to note, she only got paid $100 a massage. And she gave actual deep tissue massages. When police asked, did he ever try anything with you? Did he try to grope you, to ask you to take off your clothes? No. She said, I'm not his type. He goes for young, thin, and girls with no tattoos. The real masseuse said that she knew Epstein didn't.
You tell me that, but if I knew that growing up, I'd be a face tattoo like Mike Tyson. I swear to God, I'll be walking around with the craziest tattoos. I'll fuck around, just rip out a tooth or something. Don't look my way, Mr. Epstein, sir. You're not gonna get this, bitch.
Tattoos, because she had them visibly showing, and Epstein would tell her multiple times to her face that he didn't like her tattoos. This whole investigation was really rough for Nina. I mean, her dad told authorities that they had a PI stalking their house, taking pictures of them, chasing visitors away. I mean, it was terrifying for Nina. She knew that Epstein was powerful, well-connected. Who knows? Who knows what he's going to try and do to stop her from testifying against him? Even during the police investigation into Jeffrey Epstein, the Palm Beach police force felt like they were being investigated.
Wow.
Which they absolutely were. They were. It's believed that Jeffrey Epstein's attorneys hired private investigators to look into the investigating detectives, which I believe is not illegal at all. Like, they're entitled to do that. But allegedly, just as how Chief Ryder went through Jeffrey Epstein's trash, allegedly, Jeffrey Epstein's private investigators went through the chief's trash.
What? Like, they're trying to look for blackmail material?
Yeah, something to discredit them. He's clearly capable, and Jeffrey Epstein is one to play dirty. Epstein's attorney...
All you need is my search history. I'm gonna be honest. I'm like, what the f is this big
Booty Latinas taking how many
oh my God, lock this man up. Like, bro, it's done.
Provided prosecutors with evidence.
That's
Pages
my phone, bro.
from Nina's MySpace page, specifically her About Me column. Under Best Physical Feature, Nina had written, ass and eyes. Ever drank? Ever smoked pot? Yes. Ever shoplifted? Lots. Ever skinny dipped? Yeah. Do you want to lose your... Already lost it. Epstein's attorneys were trying to use this to discredit her story, which none of it should matter at all, but it worked.
What?
The prosecutor brought these printouts to Nina, shoved them in her face, and started accusing her of all sorts of things, and it just felt like to Nina, they were on Epstein's side. Epstein's attorneys basically argued that Epstein was just passionate about massages. They said the massages are therapeutic and spiritually sound for him. That is why he had so many massages.
Get the out of here.
This is crazy.
By the way, Epstein's legal team was insane. I mean, talk about a dream team. Not morally, ethically, I think that's up for debate, but talk about on paper a dream team. This was it. He had the attorney who represented O.J. Simpson.
Wow.
The grand jury recommended Epstein be charged with 1 felony count of solicitation of work. Nothing about underage women. Epstein was released within hours on a $3,000 bail, and by that point, investigators had found 30 victims.
They have 30 victims, but they couldn't charge him anything more severe? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous.
Wow.
Now, the DA's office went a step further. They gave Epstein a non-prosecution agreement, basically known as a sweetheart deal, where they stated that he would not be prosecuted in the Southern District of Florida for felony offenses involving abuse of underage girls.
What? You're making deals with a... Oh, my God. No. Oh, my God, bro. What are we talking about?
Epstein pled guilty to state felony offenses for solicitation of sex work and procurement of minors for sex work. And in this particular district, any of Epstein's co-conspirators would be immune from prosecution for those crimes. In this instance, Epstein was facing more than a decade in prison, but with this sweetheart deal that none of his victims knew about before he signed it, he would get out in 18 months.
Wow.
And because he didn't get much time, there was split reactions from the public. A good chunk of the public, including friends of Epstein, immediately cut ties with him. Whether they did that because they think this guy is horrible and he's been accused of doing heinous things, or because they don't want to be associated with someone like that for their own image, it's unclear. But a big group started hating Epstein after this. But some people felt like, well, because he got so little time compared to what he was being accused of, it was almost a feeling to people of, maybe we don't really know what's going on. Like, maybe there's more to the story, or maybe he's guilty, but he's not that guilty.
No, that motherfucker guilty. I'm about 100% sure that is guilty for sure. 100%. Yes, sir. No questions about it here.
Epstein's old friends from high school still defended him, and one said, you know, this is, by the way, this is when you're 50-something. How the hell do you know what your high school buddy is up to and what they're like now? But he said, Jeffrey's a brilliant and good person. He's also incredibly generous. The problem in Florida, as I see it, is he got carried away. Perhaps he was hanging out with the wrong people. He was hanging out with minors.
What?
Another friend stated, I have a son who's dyslexic, and Jeffrey's gotten close to him over the years. He got him into music, bought him his first piano, and as he got to school and had difficulty in studying, Jeffrey got him interested in taking flying lessons. Which, yeah, is very typical. Predatory men who are usually only dangerous to those that they see as prey. And in this situation,
bro, it doesn't even matter. You like, I could go murder someone right now and then go fucking, I don't know, someone fell and I help him up. That doesn't make me a nice person. I'm still a murderer. You know what I mean? Like, dude's still a sex offender. The fuck are we talking about here? It doesn't make... Okay, whatever, dude.
It was women and children, and not those people who are trying to be his character witnesses. At this point, after the very first sweetheart deal, there's mixed reviews on Jeffrey Epstein. He was not publicly seen as the Jeffrey Epstein that he is seen as today. I think over the next 10 years, the public will shift. But immediately, in like 2008, it wasn't like that.
That's crazy.
In an interview with New York Magazine, the reporter talked to Epstein about his whole, quote, legal ordeal. That's what the journalist called it. Your legal ordeal. Not your crimes, your legal ordeal. And the journalist said, you know, it's kind of like the Icarus story. Someone who flies too close to the sun. Which is already kind of a bold statement, but Epstein responds, Did Icarus like massages? Jeffrey Epstein.
Motherfucker, how about flying to private islands and doing some crazy shit? Like, what the are you talking about? How about flying motherfucking minors out on planes, bitch? The are we talking about, dude? Hell no.
Alluded to the idea that his playfulness had unintended consequences, and he said, "This is what happens with wealth. There are unexpected burdens as well as benefits. I'm not blameless." Since then, since his sweetheart deal, Epstein told the journalist he hired a board of directors, his friends, who would counsel him on his behavior. So kind of like a board of directors for a company, but for him, he also hired a full-time masseuse, a man. While in prison, if you tried to email Jeffrey Epstein, he had an automatic reply set up that would read, "On vacation." Now, Epstein could have paid for the bail for every single inmate in the prison that he was in, but he didn't because he was very busy running the prison. It stated that Epstein's prison was so relaxed, he basically got a whole wing to himself. His cell door was never even really locked. He was able to move freely about in the common areas, watch TV, and within 3.5 months, he didn't even need to stay in the prison anymore. He was free to leave for, quote, work release, meaning he could leave the prison for 16 hours a day, 6 days a week. He was allowed to have visitors, women, girlfriends, female assistants that were...
So I said, let me connect you, but they just kept on typing agent, 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 agent.
Yeah, customers can be complicated.
Everyone asks if I understand them, but no one asks if they understand me.
I do, buddy. I do. I think we're making progress here.
The nicest person on Earth is helping create the nicest AI on Earth. It's beautiful.
Tissue?
So nice.
I should probably tell you, I am not a licensed therapist. Oh. Okay, time's up.
Whether you're a professional or just love getting hands-on with your home projects, Harbor Freight offers quality hand tools built to last, backed by a lifetime guarantee. And the best part? Prices that simply can't be beat. From wrenches to pliers to ratchets and sockets. Whatever you need, we've got it. Whatever you do, do it for less. Harbor Freight, your hand tools destination.
Allegedly involved in everything. It was bizarre.
Why is that? Is it just a very relaxed prison for rich?
Yeah.
Okay.
He only stayed there for 13 months. He was released with an ankle monitor, which sounds okay. At least he got an ankle monitor, right? No, he was still allowed to take his jet and go on work trips to all of his different homes and even to his private island. For exercise, he was allowed to take long walks around Palm Beach, even in busy shopping centers for exercise. So I don't know what that ankle monitor was doing.
Wow. His legal team just did all of that for him, and he's basically free.
He got nothing. I mean, nothing.
Wow.
The
America,
only, quote,
dude.
annoying thing he had to do, if you could even call it that, was register as a level 3 offender, which is the highest level and is categorized as high risk of reoffending. But it's Jeffrey Epstein. He's loaded. What does that mean to him? Nothing. And oddly, he's not allowed to watch X-rated videos on the internet. I don't know. That's part of his probation. Jeffrey Epstein was a free man again, July 22nd,
How do they even monitor that, dude? Do they have is there an FBI agent just watching his phone or some shit? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, and let's say I'm just starting to beat my right, just going crazy ham, right? What is my FBI agent gonna FaceTime me just that motherfucker, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, can I help you? Stop doing that. And I got nuts somehow, bitch. Out my phone, Kenji. I'm just saying, how do you even monitor that and enforce it? You know what I mean?
And for a decade, he would live his life as normal, flying between his private residences, mingling with the ultra elites of society, visiting his private island, and creating more victims. Yikes. He made victims after his first prison release. He would meet women and victimize them. He would meet girls and victimize them. He would also hang out with Prince Andrew afterwards. And for 10 years, while he's free, the public is starting to slowly get more and more intrigued by Jeffrey Epstein in his case. A big part of that was one of the house men that worked closely with Epstein tried to sell a list, a little black book of clients. He stated that in this list named all the underage girls in places where Epstein had taken all the underage girls. He also alleged included a list of high-profile famous individuals like Henry Kissinger, Mick Jagger, Ted Kennedy, Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, alluding to the idea that they are doing disgusting things, allegedly. The houseman tried to sell it for $50,000, which he was arrested for it because you can't sell stuff like that. And he got 18 months in prison. Ironically, the same amount of time that Epstein got for his crimes.
Wow, bro. What?
I mean, say that it's pretty messed up for him to try and sell it because, you know, the girls' names are on there. But the fact that he got, like, his crime is, it's hard.
Yeah. Wow.
And all of this would happen until almost exactly 10 years later, Jeffrey Epstein would be found dead in his prison cell.
Wow.
He would be rearrested and found dead, with theories circulating of if he actually self-exited, or if someone powerful killed him, or how much did his
I'm gonna be honest, bro, out of this whole video, this whole hour and 30-minute video, he does not seem like a person to take his life. He, like, at all. Not even like a smidge of it. He seems like he'll fucking go get vengeance for whoever put him in jail. He seems like he doesn't seem like, he seems very controlling, manipulative. Like, I don't see him, he doesn't, right? Like, I don't know if I believe that, bro.
Hand woman nicknamed his Madam, Ghislaine Maxwell. How much did she know about all of this? How much was she involved? Ghislaine Maxwell, the link in all of this, that is, she's still very much alive, and apparently she's writing a tell-all book in prison right now, and she is a fascinating character. Some victims seem to hate her more than they hate Jeffrey Epstein.
What?
And we will be getting into Ghislaine Maxwell and more on the island, the Island, on Sunday's episode. So in a few days, we're going to be covering the crimes of Epstein's Island, more victim stories on how they were, quote, trained on the island, what happens when you try to escape the island, and how Ghislaine Maxwell was Jeffrey Epstein's secret weapon. So stay tuned for part 2. Please stay safe, and I will see you guys on Sunday. Bye.
Bro, we might actually have to watch that, bro.
Can you please just hear me out? No, all work management platforms are the same. Monday.com is the one you'll actually love to use. Did you see the dashboards? They update in real time from your team's day to day, so you're always in control.
No freaking way. I don't have to put the data in myself?
Are you for real? Monday.com handles all the boring stuff, so you can focus on what really matters.
You know what? I'm ready to fall in love again. Thanks, Talking Llama.
Monday.com, the first work platform you'll love to use.
I'm gonna give you this designer bag if you can prove to me that you know your finances.
Well, let's do it.
How many subscriptions do you have?
Probably just Netflix and Spotify.
All right, it's saying you have 13 subscriptions, which is costing you around $270 a month.
What? The app is telling you all of this?
It shows you all your expenses in one place, and it can even help you create a budget, which I think you need.
Coming for me, but okay.
Don't worry about those 13 subscriptions you didn't know you had. You can cancel the ones you don't want right through the app, and it can even help you try and get a refund.
Right, you see this? These are the past winners. We have Minecraft Championship Week 1, number 2, here.
Boo. All right, we're gonna watch Rotten Mango. Chat, I was telling you guys about the Epstein Island stuff. Y'all didn't want to listen to me, okay? So we're gonna watch Rotten Mango explain it, and I know you guys are gonna love it. Between Kanye and Kobe Bryant. Where is it?
How much more do you want from me?
More.
How much more successful do you want me to be?
More successful.
How many records can my records break?
More records.
But I'm the best.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
What the does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
You're welcome.
Like, what the does that mean, Stephanie? Stephanie, what the does that mean? Sometimes she just be, I don't know what the she be saying, bro. What the
Only problem is, Jeffrey Epstein was born with very, very small feet, at least in the finance world. Jeffrey grew up in Brooklyn, where his dad was a landscaper, which I just want to say there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It does appear that he comes from a loving home, but it is a world away from the Upper East Side and the old money New Yorker societies. But it is a world away from the Upper East Side and the old money New Yorker societies that he wants to be a part of. But Jeffrey Epstein is unfortunately very smart, at least on paper. He skipped 2 grades. He was a genius with numbers, they said. He played the piano. His friend said he was advanced. He's brilliant. He's a diamond in the rough. He's got a gift for recognizing opportunities very quickly. Interestingly enough, Jeffrey Epstein had a lot of friends growing up, and they would call him Epi. His parents would call him Bear.
Epi?
At school, they'd call him Epi. Apparently, he was very likable. So they said, you know, have you ever heard someone who laughs like, ha, 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 or they just kind of laugh like that noise? They said Jeffrey Epstein laughed like, he, in a very high-pitched voice. Like he would have a hee-hee laugh.